I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. You said from day one you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur still the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said pimp to ass, T-Rich. You got the belt around you. Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy, Big Smitty, and welcome to the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We here live, man, the day after the draft, man. It's Free Game Friday, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, become a member right now. And I'm already seeing y'all in the chat, man, getting active, trying to joke, trying to say, where Big Smitty at? Is he crying? Is he sad? Is he upset? Well, we're going to dive into all of that here shortly, man. All things NFL draft. And speaking of the NFL draft, with the first pick of the Coach JB Show of Big Smitty.
What up? I don't know what happened. You hear me?
I got you, homie. I thought my computer froze up because my computer been tripping lately, so I didn't know what was happening.
FA and them.
FA warned you. He said, hey, leave him alone.
Yeah, they got me, homie. TikTok's popping right now. We're in the building. It's here. Free Game Friday. I'm glad you can. It's actually glad it can happen that way right there.
Yeah, it worked out like great.
You came in and you kind of explained yourself. Explain yourself, Lucy.
God don't make no mistakes, homie. God don't make mistakes.
I haven't left this room. I haven't left this chair. But I did get some new merch. It came in last night, UPS style. Ooh, look, I got the Yacht Club, Slapdick Yacht Club gear, man. For all the white folks out there that go on the boat and the yacht. The shit actually came out fire. Like I can't
look great on Ron. That look great on Ron.
Like I can't wear this hat. Like I look super racist. Let me put a dip in real quick.
Watch this, y'all. Look at Jay. Don't he look totally different, y'all?
What the fuck you doing over here?
You not around these parts.
Can't do it. Can't around these parts. Can't walk. Can't get on this yacht. That's But the hats are fire for anyone on the boat, on the yacht. I got every color. They came out fire. The material's fire. This that true white boys. You can adjust it.
Ron and Gene want one right now.
And then I got the buck. But you know me, I'm a bucket cat, and that motherfucker came out perfect.
Man, that's clean right there, all black. Put that on. Put that on again.
Slapdick Yacht Club, homie. That's that.
That's JB. It's a JB I know, homie. And shout out to Jack.
It's the fire though, right here. The long sleeve, homie.
That's what I want. Show my muscles, homie.
Look at that, homie.
Ooh-wee.
I got the tank top, Smitty.
Shout out to Sean Mills. Y'all going?
I got the tank top, Smitty. I got other color shirts. Got the pink for all the females.
The ladies can get it, like Leah.
Yeah, got the pink. I got a pink one of these, and a pink shirt, cut off one.
Oh man, ladies, see our pink shirt right now.
You see the stomach where we put the thumbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it on them.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a perfect little setup.
Yeah. Hey,
I
this
need
is
to get
fire.
along
This
with
came
you.
out good. The Slapdick Yacht Club logo and everything came out fire. It's on the website right now, CoachABStore.com.
Get your one right now. Hold on, man. Side note, real quick. Side note, the chat is going crazy right now. We got super chat coming in already. We got 5 gifts of memberships. People sending money. Listen, I can't come on a free game Friday.
Hey, already 1,200 people in this.
Shouting out the show the right way. There wouldn't be us without people like, I'm going to start off with my man, Emmanuel Moreno, Sugar on the Rim, please. Angelo DeVita, Jared M., Kevin Jones, D. Jones, Ryan Kaminsky, Ryan Pettis, Drew Baldwin, Patrick I'm off, and Gene. It's a good show right now, man. Try to put in that bread.
And who?
I'm Hoff and Gene. And Gene. I said it.
Gene needs one of these ASAP.
He can't wait. He might sell out today. Just buy all of them, all the colors.
You need to buy man, we got a lot to dive into. We got legendary, if nobody knew or anyone knew. A lot of you don't even come here for our guests. You just come for us, which is unbelievable. Appreciate everybody out there. But today I got somebody that I grew up watching and idolizing joining the show. Can't thank him enough, but probably on one of the top 1 or 2 wide receiver tandems of all time. The great Miami Dolphin, Mark Clayton, joins us here in about 15, 20 minutes. We're going to talk Dan Marino, Mark Clayton, Mark Duper combination. We're going to talk about that here in about 20 minutes. And then I
had a question about Mark Clayton. Do you know where he's from?
You talking about him or his son?
Do you know where Mark Clayton is from?
Naptown, I believe.
Talk about it.
Yeah. His son went to OU, right? His son's older than you. Shit.
Yeah, OU, yeah.
His son played early 2000s, I think. Anyway, but we're going to dive in. We also have a Jaguar analytical breakdown specialist who works for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's going to talk about the Travis Hunter trade up. We're going to talk about that. So can't wait for that. He'll be in here as well. So, hey, man, we got a loaded lineup. Let's dive right into it, Smitty.
Pick your energy up, too. Your energy sucks right now. So I'm telling you right now.
No internet. Yeah, the internet was fucked up. But the NFL first round has come and gone. And no Shedeur Sanders selection, Smitty. The prime sexuals are out in defense mode, calling everybody haters this morning. Apparently, the truth don't matter when it comes to him. If you disagree with this family, you are a hater, as in Dan Orlovsky was called last night by Dion himself. But if you agree and dick ride the family, you are in good graces. So basically, if you lie to the family and tell them that they are better than they are, like Ryan Clark does, you are cool. You're invited to the barbecue and the cookouts and the reunion. If you don't and you use your professional eyes and evaluate this kid, you are a hater when you say he just isn't good. Got it now. I got it. I said he wouldn't get picked in the first 10. And then my co-host called me a hater and even suggesting that then said he wouldn't even be. I said, Smitty, he won't even be the second quarterback selected. And I was called even a bigger hater. And then I said I was told I didn't know football when I said Jackson Dart would be selected second in an interesting move by the Giants, which only tells us what I have been saying for months. Shedeur Sanders simply isn't regarded as a quarterback that can help us win right now. But what do I know, Smitty? Mark Clayton and Jaguar analyst Tony Pauline joins us. Smitty, let's dive right into that lead in real quick. Surprise or not surprised? I know you're surprised you picked them to go to the Giants at 3. Let me ask you something, a real talk conversation on a free game Friday. Were you just saying that out of emotion because you like the kid, like the family, like to see kids succeed like you do? I felt embarrassed for him last night when he posted an IG post addressing his party. I like the fact that he addressed the party. I just wish he didn't post it. I thought that was a bad look on his team, meaning his marketing team or whoever was behind him, or whether it's Dion, whatever. I'm glad he owned it, smiled, and all that. That's who he is anyway, right? I think, like you mentioned on the before we started the show, every athlete is cocky. Every athlete is arrogant, and especially at quarterback. I talk more shit than anybody.
Gotta be.
Didn't have phones to show it. I would have been crazy on the internet. I just want to know, like, I felt embarrassed for the kid. I felt sad for the kid because at the end of the day, he's still a kid in my eyes. It's not a cat that, like, this ain't fucking life or death war. We're not fucking going in the front line here with these cats. Like, there's going to be a brighter day tomorrow. Like, it just didn't help the kid to me, in my opinion. And I felt bad for the kid last night when I watched that post and him saying, you know, I mean, the cat really is not a great speaker. Like, it's just a bad look. I wouldn't have posted it. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, here's what it is, Smitty. How shocked are you that he fell all the way out of the first round, a little less the top 10, as I said?
I'm flabbergasted. And I don't even use that word because I'm not shocked. I'm flabbergasted.
That's a white word. That's the whitest word I've ever heard you say, probably. Oh, and tripod.
It's a white day.
Tripod.
It's a white day, homie. It's a white day. Tripod, flabbergasted, everything white today. I need that today and some dip. I need everything white. I need that today. That's how I feel right now. Listen, to answer your initial question, no, I wasn't just saying him to the Giants because I support him. I know the Giants need a future quarterback. And I just didn't think that they would pass up on Shedeur. I thought Shedeur was going to be the guaranteed second quarterback. We've been hearing over the last couple of days and weeks or so that Jackson Dart was sneaking up on people's boards, but I just thought that was just regular pre-draft talk that we always hear. A lot of times you hear all this and that, and then when draft day comes, ends up being what everybody originally thought in the first place. So I thought the Giants would go quarterback, and they did. They just went with Jackson Dart instead of Shedeur, which shocked me.
But they didn't.
Later on, they got him. That's all I'm saying. Later on.
Yeah, but how did they get him?
Through trade.
That's got to be a telltale sign, Smitty. Like what I've been telling y'all, man. They moved up in a trade to get a second pick in the first round to snatch a quarterback not named Shedeur. Like, that's what the crazy part is, homie. Like, it's not crazy to me. That's what people are not discussing. That you moved up in the draft to make a decision on getting a quarterback, which I still don't agree with. I don't agree with Jackson Dart pick. I graded the Giants' overall grade that you and I will probably get into today. I graded them down. I graded them an A on Abdul Carter, which is an obvious choice.
Yep.
And then you minus that out with a quarterback when your team lacks so much after you just signed 2 quarterbacks. And next year's class in quarterback will be better. And I'm sure you're probably going to be in the same predicament next year drafting a quarterback. So, doesn't help at all. You could have got another defensive tackle to go with Dexter Lawrence and that great pass rush. You could have solidified the front and possibly been a top 5.
They don't need no more D-linemen, homie. That D-line is nice.
You never have enough D-linemen. Ask the Eagles. You never have enough D-linemen.
I hear you.
When it comes to the Steelers,
I'm going 2 first-round D-linemen. I don't think I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Well, you never have enough pass rush, especially if they end up trading Thibodeau. Here's the issue.
They ain't going to trade him.
I'm shocked. We'll get into our biggest shocks and surprises. I think
this is a shock though for me. The biggest point in which I was shocked though is that number 21. Remember I told y'all yesterday. I said in the event he doesn't go number 3 to the Giants, I said I know he going to the Steelers. It just made sense. It's like even all the analysts on TV was like, is this the time here Shedeur?
But it doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Have a quarterback right now. We still know where Aaron's gonna go, so it makes sense.
Last night, it doesn't make sense at all. Cam Hayward is on his way out. Yesterday, I called this specific pick, and I called it live, Bailey, right? Factor cap. I said that Cam Hayward is on his way out. And I said, we just saw the Eagles, which I thought Smitty would appreciate, a Fletcher Cox on his way out. And what did they have in lieu of Fletcher Cox on his way out waiting? They had a guy named Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis ready to go. And the Steelers built on foundation on defense. Guess what you have to do? Get some D linemen in there for a Cam Hayward dismissal or removal or replacement, whatever you want to say. And so I called it live. I said, there's no way you could take a quarterback if you're really trying to be a serious contender. And then on the backside, Smitty, I said, there's got to be. I said that Shedeur Sanders not being taken or being taken is a very, I think before you left last night's show, I said it's going to be super evident if they have a handshake deal with Aaron Rodgers on the side that nobody else knows about. Because if you got a handshake deal with Aaron Rodgers, or you're going to trade out and go get a Kirk Cousins or whoever at this point, then you go D lineman. And that's what they did, homie. Something tells me that, first of all, you and I both trust Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, we do.
We're going to go with Mike Tomlin, and he knows what he's doing. And then on the other end is that's the Steelers, dog. Get defense, get a great defense. You already got wideouts. You got some things in place. Now, guess what? You obviously have some sort of scenario at quarterback, or I don't think we'd be talking about it this morning.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, man. So that's why, I mean, as soon as he made that move, I said, yeah, Aaron must have said something behind the scenes. There's no way,
or something. I mean,
or whatever, whether it's Aaron, whatever. You got somebody at quarterback, because in this league, I don't care how great the defense, the D-line, you need a quarterback. Point blank period. It is what it is. So, and I'm not, again, who knows if Shedeur would have been the answer? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as a team, you have to at least try to get a quarterback. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. So,
yeah, here's the thing. Like, to me, I brought it out last night. You waste that pick if you grab a quarterback in Shedeur Sanders at 21 because you have so much building block. You got to continue to build on what you have, the playoffs, the ready to go, get better, to compete with the Ravens and the Browns and stay ahead of the curve and get to the playoffs again and win a playoff game. Let me ask you this, Smitty. It did not make sense for Tomlin to draft Shedeur Sanders if every year so far, since you've been on this show for 2 years, every time they hit a skid, what is the narrative out on the media? Fire Mike Tomlin every fucking year. And then Mike Tomlin goes on a win streak, they get to the playoffs, and it goes away. And then you can't draft Shedeur Sanders. He doesn't help your team right now. Mike Tomlin needs to be helped right now to get another team. They got to win a playoff game. They haven't won a playoff game, and this guy is going to be on the hot seat again, unfortunately. That's just the name of the business. And I believe that Harbaugh, even though he signed an extension, is going to be in the same boat. These two haven't won a playoff game. No, I'm not in a playoff game. They haven't won a Super Bowl since 10 and 11. So,
John Harbaugh, he not no hot seat at all. His seat is very cold.
I said just because he signed an extension don't mean that they're not going to look at his ass either soon. The Ravens and the Steelers want to win Super Bowl, Smitty. Let's make no mistake about it.
Yeah, but they're in different boats though. The Pittsburgh Steelers, you were right in your fruity and slip up. The Steelers ain't won a playoff game in a long time. The Ravens was just
Ravens win playoff games. Yeah, Ravens.
They're in different.
I meant Super Bowl at the end though. At the end of the day, they got to win Super Bowl.
I don't think Harbaugh, but I think it's different. But I don't know, man. It's crazy to me. But then to move to the Giants real quick though. If they're gonna go quarterback, I just damn, what did y'all see? And I said yesterday, Jackson Dart had a good college career. He's a solid. I thought he was a solid quarterback. But I'm just curious, what did you see? It made you want to move up and go get Jackson. I'm just curious. What was it? What was it? Is he a safe pick? Is he?
Nah, homie. We got to stop looking at what it was. We just got to start calling it out and say what it is. The fact of the matter is they took a guy over another guy for a reason.
I'm wondering what is that reason. I'm just wondering what is from a field standpoint. What did Jackson Dart what is he better than Shadeur? I'm asking. I'm not a quarterback guru. I'm asking.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not a Jackson Dart guy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know you're not. That's why.
That tells us, because listen, last night we talked in length about this after you left. I said, let me ask something real quick. Brian Daboll's regarded or considered amongst NFL brass as one of the best quarterback guys in all of football.
Because of what he did with Josh Allen.
Well, not only that, he's had a resume. He's been coaching a long time. He's a great quarterback coach amongst coaches. We know, not the social media guy in the chat and acts like he's shitty head coach. And all. Let's talk quarterbacks. The dude knows what he's doing. He's obviously a great offensive guy and quarterback guy. And listen, for him to pass on Shedeur, move up in the draft and get a first-round quarterback, not named Shedeur, at some point, his job's on the line. Tells me two things. Number one, that they just don't like Shedeur, as I've been saying, as far as making their team better. Number two, which I don't like the pick at all. I think it equals their draft first-round grade to a C after Abdul Carter. And then this thing, they could have got better, in my opinion, because you just signed 2 QBs on me. So I'm confused on the pick a little bit, but I'll break that down later.
I don't mind them getting a quarterback because to me, they're planning for now and the future.
Here's the
Wilson
issue.
and James is here for 1 year. So let's say you have a solid, decent year.
Nah,
and
James
Daboll
is 2
keeps
years.
his job.
James is 2 though. So that's the issue I have. It's a
I
very
have
big
to look into
difference.
the contract. I bet you there's ways to get out that second year.
Well, I'm sure there is, but he signed a 2-year, $8 million deal, and Russell signed a 1-year, $21 million deal. I'm sure you can get out of the second year, but the fact is you signed him on a 2-year deal.
That's baby money too, by the way. He can get that's not.
Yeah. Here's the issue though. Like, first of all, we got to believe that this guy knows what he's doing when it comes to QBs. Number one. Number two, somebody behind the scenes told Brian Daboll that you can move up and draft a quarterback not named Shedeur and still be fired. Some don't add up, homie. You get what I'm saying? That means they said, "Yeah, dog, just do good. Get some future QB picks in here. Get a future QB pick." To your point, you don't get a future QB pick after you sign 2 quarterbacks in the offseason, homie, when you have a roster full of holes. You don't get to pick a QB when you got 2 guys. When next year's class, Smitty, is better than this year's class when it comes to QB, and you got guys out there like Arch Manning and these other guys who are regarded better than anybody in this draft, and I'm just saying, most likely, homie, unless something happens crazy, the Giants are going to be right back in this predicament.
They're going to have we'll see. I think they're going to have a better year than last year.
They might.
They got better quarterback play. Daniel Jones is not good. So all I'm saying is, if that's the case, if I'm right, and let's say they go win 8 games.
But Daniel wasn't there last year.
Let's
the
say
most part.
he was there for a few games and he got hurt. But when he was there, he was horrible. So
but that whole team was bad, homie. Look what they did without him.
The leader that was horrible. So all I'm saying is, if they got, and their defense is really good, the Giants' defense is really good. So I'm not gonna say the whole team was horrible. So and they have the best rookie receiver, by the way, Malik Neighbor. So it wasn't all horrible. So anyway, they go out here and win 8 games this year, just as an example. They're not going to
Daniel Jones is your guy's quarterback.
They're not going to have the same pick. They're not going to be that high in the draft.
No, I didn't say same pick, but I'm saying you can still make a move next year in the draft. If you don't make that move this year, you could have got a better pick, is all I'm saying. You could have got a need position filled, is all I'm saying. So, like, I don't know. But D. Jones is your quarterback now in Indianapolis. And your Colts got a great player who I have very high on the board, on my board.
You did.
Ty Warren. You guys got to be ecstatic. It happened right after you left alive. They got Ty Warren. There was a broad in here, Amanda something, that kept asking you questions. Ironically, it was weird. While your wife was cooking.
Shout out to Amanda, man.
Weird situation, but
not weird at all.
She was cool looking too, redhead. But I just don't know. I don't get. I get this pick. I thought it was a great pick to give a quarterback like Daniel Jones, AR5, a guy around the line of scrimmage, safety blanket type of guy who can play multiple positions. As I said, he would be great for New England.
He's a beast, and you put him with Shane Steichen's offensive mind. He's gonna be great for it. You know, I think it's the first time we drafted a first round tight end since like Dallas Clark, if I'm not mistaken. You know, it is ironic he's wearing that number. So I mean, love the pickup for sure. My only thing is I want to know who's throwing him the damn ball. You know,
Daniel Jones. You already know who it is.
I mean, I don't know.
Let's dive into.
Maybe we get Shedeur in the second round. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know why he ain't gonna play.
I'd take that. Take him in the second round.
I want it. If I'm a GM, you're not.
Bring some aura to the Colts.
Yeah,
bring some confidence, some swag, some wins.
Yeah,
wherever he goes, he wins games. That's what I want. I want a winner. I want a winner. AR5, respect, and has never won anywhere. Daniel Jones had 1 year where he had decent success where Saquon carried the team. So I just want somebody who can come in and they change culture.
Yeah, let's dive into the quote of the day. Get the show started before Mark Clayton jumps on. Real quick, Smitty. Brought to you by BetUS TV. Shout out to all you guys that bet last night if you did. Quote of the day, Smitty. No one plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage.
Ooh, okay. Break that down to the chat.
Shedeur Sanders. Let's move on. Let's get on to contrary to belief. That's not.
He ain't played the victim at all.
I just broke it down.
He ain't played the victim at all. He's owning this.
No one plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage.
He ain't caused the damage. I mean, all he did was throw 4,000 yards, 30-something touchdowns.
Woo! Let's dive into the contrary to belief, Smitty. Everyone gets the me they deserve. I am just the mirror.
That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep.
A lot of people
Saying how I respond is based upon how you treat and how you act towards me. There's different versions of me is what he's trying to say. The one you bring out is a reflection upon you.
Very smart take, very deep take. You got it right away. That's very smart, intellectual. That's what I don't get when it comes to Shedeur, though.
Jaquan Grant, you a joke, homie. You wouldn't say it to my face, homie. I guarantee that, Jaquan. And you're not a member. You got 5 minutes to become a member. You're getting blocked, Jaquan.
Who?
Some hater named Jaquan Grant. Never seen him in my life.
Be on B crime, homie.
What are you wearing right there?
Huh?
What team is he wearing right there with that hat and that jersey? What is that?
Motherfucker look like 50. I can't really tell. 50 Cent.
Is that a FUBU jersey, homie? I can't tell what that is. Is that a fake
like a
jersey?
Michigan jersey.
Is it Michigan?
I don't know. Or Auburn.
Auburn's like a fake. That motherfucker's eye pouring. That's like a fake Auburn jersey.
He looked like fucking 50.
He looked like 40.
Whole question, Smitty. Let me ask you real quick before our guest joins us. Will Shedeur get selected in the second round? And listen, I know you're going to jump to just be quick because you said facts yesterday a lot. I tried to say stop saying facts because none of your facts you said yesterday came out true.
My first top 10 draft pick, I was kind of, for a minute, I was flowing, homie. For a minute, I was flowing.
For a minute. And then over the time, my takes ended up.
What did I say Travis was going, homie, yesterday?
What?
I said, look at my list. I said Travis Hunter is going to the Jags. Now, did I know Jags was going to trade up? No. No one could have guessed that. But regardless.
You called that. Yeah. I called the trade.
Going to the Jags. I knew
the trade. So, yeah, you got that right. I called the trade between the Browns and the Jags. That's what I called that.
Will Campbell to the Patriots. Who called that?
You did.
Abdul Carter to the Browns. We called. Well, I think you called that too, I think, or no?
No, I said Giants.
Okay, I called that. So I'm saying for a minute, I was flowing. Like 4 out of my top 5 was flowing, homie.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
I know D. Jones so happy right now.
I want to ask you something real quick. If you go back in history and look at the last so many years of quarterbacks taken in the second round, I believe Will Levis is the only one since what's the stats on that, Bailey? Since 2020?
And you're right. Abdul went to the Giants. I was wrong on that. My fault.
No, I said he was going to Giants.
Yeah. I'm saying I was wrong on that.
Bailey, what was the stat about the second round QB?
So Will Levis is the only quarterback to be selected in the second round. I believe the last 2 or 3 drafts. It's been a while.
Only quarterback in the second round. So my poll question, Smitty, could this be Browns have 2 of the first 4 picks of the second round after the trade with the Jags that we'll actually get to break down here in a minute. Everyone seems to be screaming Cleveland as the first right off the board. Shedeur could go the first pick of the draft today to Cleveland.
Who was Cleveland?
I can see him slipping again, homie. I can see him slipping again. I'm just going to be real with you. But go ahead. What?
I mean, slipped to what? Like what, round 4?
No, I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and predict.
I don't know now. I'm not even going to guess no more. I have no idea now.
But I know in the second round, I told Bailey yesterday, I said, if he don't get scooped up by the Steelers, which everybody thought, and I said, I didn't think he would, but when he didn't, I said, man, this kid could fall hard, homie. Like, the second round is even harder on QBs because now I got to keep up with the Joneses in the draft. As you know, Smitty, I got to make major selections at some spots that, remember, not a lot of wideouts went yesterday. 2 surprise wideouts, by the way.
Yeah, T-Mac went. T-Mac was the first one, right?
Yep, California native.
And then Emeka Ibuka, nobody. We didn't know he was going that early.
So no Luther Burden yet. Golden went. Went.
I think Ibuka's gonna be really good, though. Honestly, I understand like his measurables aren't or whatever. Like people didn't look at Ibuka as like one of the top guys for whatever reason, but you look at his career. He had an amazing college career. I think he's gonna be really good. But yeah, that was a shocker for sure.
And Golden went, right? Golden went, right?
Golden went later, yeah. I think Golden went like later after them 2. He was like, damn, okay.
Yeah. Here's the draft so far. Cam Ward, everybody thought Travis Hunter was in a trade. Everyone still had him going 2, though. And then everybody had Abdul Carter and Will Campbell in that order. Mason Graham jumps up to 5. I thought that was a good get by Cleveland. And then Genty to the Raiders, as Smitty predicted.
That one right, too.
I thought Mimbu would be going to the Raiders, so I was off a pick on that. And I think it still would have happened if Cleveland don't trade up. And then you got Carolina making the McMillan move, which everyone had all the, you don't watch film and all that shit, which he said. And you still took him. California head coach, though, in Carolina, who knows the head coach of McMillan and high school out here at Servite. So there was a connection. Any other shocks there? I want to go through real quick and grade these until we get our guests. I like the Falcons draft. I like the Falcons. I like the Falcons and what they did, getting 2 picks, getting 2 picks early, two legitimate. I like the Pierce kid out of Tennessee. I thought a defensive-minded head coach. We had E-Dub jumped on last night and kind of broke down a lot of different things. And then I like the Rams trading that pick.
That was big. I have to look into that a little bit.
You saw a little insight on that, Smitty. I showed you guys. That was interesting. Little text message that we got, and playing chess and checkers. That's the difference, right? One's playing chess, one's playing checkers. The Rams got a 26 first-round pick, homie. That's big.
Crazy because like the Rams could end up being the NFC Championship, maybe even the Super Bowl this year, and then get a first-round pick next year. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. Like that don't happen.
That's I rub your back, you rub my back, though. You do know that, right? That's McVay's guy in Atlanta as the head coach, his former assistant head coach, obviously, and mentors. They're actually very, very tight. E-Dub's very tight with all of them as well. So that's a rub your back, I'll rub your back, rub my back type of deal. And that's in this situation. So again, I told Bailey, I told a lot of people, there's no way the Rams take a quarterback. They don't need him. And I think a lot of people get emotionally in their feelings when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, saying this is a great pick for him to go to the Rams. This is a great pick for Shedeur. We're dismissing the fact that it's about the organization and the coach.
Yeah.
It's not about making you feel good, Shedeur or whoever, Jackson Dart or fucking Will Howe or any of these quarterbacks. It's about what I need. The Rams just signed Stafford. They just signed Jimmy G. McVay has tasted it twice, Smitty.
Pause.
And got one.
Yeah.
So you don't think, he was this far from winning another one this year against an Eagles team that dominated the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to get need? So it is what it is.
I like the Marion Hampton pickup for the Chargers. I like that a lot.
I wish they would have went wide out myself, but it's not a bad
big back. You know what I'm saying? I like that. You know, for Harbaugh too, understanding what he likes to do there. So
yeah, it's just I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting today, man. The rest of the weekend, what happens, man? I don't know how far Shedeur ends up slipping. Honestly, I have no idea. Like, I'm not even gonna make any predictions now. I'm just gonna sit back and just watch it and see what happens. And hopefully, wherever he gets drafted, he uses this as a way where he has a chip on his shoulder. You know, think about great athletes. We find anything to like keep us motivated. You know, because at the end of the day, draft doesn't really matter. It's exciting when we watch it. Oh, I win number one. Obviously, money it matters, of course, duh. But in terms of like, other than that, it's like, all right, after draft is over, it's time to strap up, put on your helmet, go to rookie mini camp, go to camp, and let's see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's when you really show who you are. But from a pride standpoint, ego standpoint, it can definitely light a fire under you. So we'll see like how that impacts.
Besides me just calling out the play of the kid. I don't want to go into it. Ain't about. I don't want to hear color, fucking race. It's all stupid shit. You agree to that as well. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's dumb shit. Let's just talk about what I've been saying from jump, and which gets passed over. What have I been saying for months and months and months about this particular QB draft in totality?
It's the worst you've seen in maybe
ever.
Right.
So, but everyone keeps coming back at me about, you're a Shedeur hater. The whole QB class is bad. I would not have wasted a pick on Jackson Dart at number 2, but I did say he would be the second QB taken. I don't believe in this class. Now, having said that, I believe that this whole thing is a bad look on Deion Sanders, one of the greatest players of all time, after his emotional responses on social media has also looked bad, because it's a lot of hypocrisy being thrown out here right now about what's going on with this kid. And you cannot, as I've been saying, criticize this family or these players in that family without being called a hater. I've never seen a shit like this in my life. I've never seen a more protected kid that's super mid than over Shedeur Sanders. I've never not seen it. Haven't seen it. We love Deion Sanders. I love Deion Sanders. We love him. I get it, homie. But that's not the truth. The truth of the matter is we got to critique and judge a quarterback in the NFL. And when you do so, like Dan Orlovsky did last night, Deion goes to Twitter and talks and says he's a hater. I think that's a bad look. So Dan Orlovsky can't even have an opinion anymore. And I'm not, you know me, I'm hot at Dan right now. Dan makes a prediction, makes a claim, stakes his name on it, and Deion calls him a hater. And because the prime sexuals come in, oh, Dan turned into a hater, man. Hate to see it. Yes, he did. Wow, Deion says. But I want to know, Smitty, real quick. Again, Marcus Spears goes on social media or goes on live last night and says this. I don't know if you've heard it, but
first of all, we all sit up here and we have an affinity for these guys, and we don't want to shed a bad light on them. We react to what we see.
But it's our job.
And
it's our job.
What I'm about to say, Dan, nothing about Shedeur pops off the tape.
Right.
And when we start talking about quarterbacks where you taking them to be franchise changers and you think that they can be guys to take you into the next 10, 15 years, he hasn't proven that he can be that guy yet. Now, then it becomes, all right, our conversation shifts to development, because we've all had that conversation. Where do you think this dude's ceiling is if he's not there right now? Since he's not giving us anything to say, okay, this trait or this characteristic takes him above what we see him lacking. That's the issue with Shedeur.
Can he become Geno Smith?
Exactly. And when you ask your question, when you ask as an organization that question, does Geno Smith really get you excited? No. It doesn't. I think it's a good starter, but it's not a guy that you think is going to put you in competition to win big games.
It looks bad, homie, because Deion needs to come out and say, Marcus, you a hater down. Because if you're not, don't say it, homie. It's a fucking hypocrisy at its finest. And this is all we've been seeing for the last 2 years. One-sided takes, homie, by a group protecting the Sanders family out of emotion, not factual opinions from professionals. Is Marcus Spears going to be called out now by Deion? That's what I want to know today, homie. Are the prime sexuals going to call out Marcus Spears today and not just come at JB and Dan Orlovsky? Let's be real, homie. So we got an opinion. Two guys that played the position and a lineman on the same network, and they, all of them, saying the same shit. So I'm curious, homie. Are we going to continue to talk about this and call out Marcus Spears today? Because I ain't heard it yet. I ain't seen it. I want to see Deion come out and tweet and say, damn, Marcus, why you hating? Because that's the narrative, homie. He's a hater. So it's funny how that shit works. I'm so glad Marcus Spears had the balls to go out there and say the truth. And the truth is the kid's just not very good. We got to put emotion aside. I also feel for the kid yesterday slipping when he had to go put a video out there addressing his fans that showed up, and it looked embarrassing. I had secondhand embarrassment for Shedeur Sanders last night as he addressed that shit, and they filmed it. I would have done that as a grown man and said, man, it is what it is. I got to strap up, fucking get ready to go. It's more motivation, fuels the fire. As Smitty said, I'm going to go out here and go grind. Did this humble you to go get better, as Nick Saban said live? Because it don't matter where you get selected, Smitty. If you get your foot in the door and get an opportunity that you and I would have loved to have on that day,
100%.
He would have said, fuck it, let's go grind and get the job done. I'm curious, does this fuel him to put away the chain, the Bentley, the bullshit?
No, see, that's where we disagree. That's where I disagree.
Because you don't macro think, homie.
I don't need to put my chain away in my nice car because y'all feel uncomfortable that I got money and then that I'm
no, I'm not comfortable.
I'm gonna go out here and bust my ass. And develop my game. That's how I feel myself. What I wear, the chains I wear, the car I drive doesn't need to change to make you feel better because you ain't got it. That's where I disagree. I'm with you and everything else you said.
All right, no, keep that energy.
I gotta step in for that though.
Keep that energy.
It's my check, so who cares?
Keep that energy. Here's my point. Why do we give a fuck? See, that's the problem. See, everybody last night come at me, y'all, Shedeur has more money than everybody in this chat. Y'all hating on this kid. I give a fuck how much money this kid has. I really do. It doesn't make me none. Because at the end of the day, Smitty and I are supposed to be talking about him on the football field and where he gets drafted and what he does in the NFL.
Let's talk about that.
But I could give a fuck about his chains, his money, etc. The fact of the matter is, are you going to put that shit aside and become the quarterback that we want to discuss and break down, or is it always going to be something else? That is my point on the humility part.
But what's the
something else?
Something else is stuff that to me we've created. What's the something else?
Exactly.
Shedeur ain't got no trouble. He ain't did nothing off the field. He ain't had nothing in school. He ain't did
my point.
He's just flashy like his daddy. He's flashy like his daddy. He's flashy, and we don't like that.
Say it again.
He's flashy like his daddy.
No. Say who put this kid out there like that? You said it. We. You said it, homie. You said we have put this kid out there like that to get judged like this. That's my whole point. My whole point of this. We put this kid on a pedestal, homie, before he put a fucking cleat on in the NFL. And that is why last night I said I felt for the kid because, again, homie, we keep saying these kids are this good before they ever do shit. And we set these cats up for massive failure. At the end of the day, Smitty, regardless of what you want to say about me, I coach these kids, the same similar kids, background, stories, drama.
Yeah.
I, at the end of the day, feel for the kid who made me look secondhand embarrassment last night when he addressed a crowd of people showing up to tell them.
I get it.
Like, homie, why? Because we put it on that we put this kid on this thing that he's a first rounder. His daddy a year ago, he got community noted yesterday by Twitter, homie. Because he said last year the kid would be a top 5 pick, which is embarrassing.
That's his daddy. Of course you're going to speak life into your
it's
kid.
stupid.
Thought he was, and we all thought he was. You thought he was. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's not some crazy thing to say. This draft isn't amazing. It isn't an amazing draft class, especially for quarterbacks. We thought he was a first-round quarterback in this year's draft. That's not putting him on a pedestal. That's just saying, hey, this year, you're one of the better quarterbacks.
But it is, though, Smitty. We did it with Travis Hunter, saying that he has to start both ways and play 100 snaps in the NFL. And
said Hunter, we said give that man a chance to see what he does.
But when it doesn't happen, what are we going to do? But here's the thing. This is the part. I get labeled as hater, but at the end of the day, I say the truth so the kid is protected, but I'm the hater. So if Travis Hunter isn't an absolute fucking phenom, some shit we've never seen him in our lives and playing both ways, and he's an all-pro at both. I'm going to say we again, everybody, meaning, is going to say he's mid. He didn't do what he was supposed to do.
That's part of it, homie. That's sports and being an athlete. He set the bar that high from how great he was as a player and said he wants to play that way. He, as a grown man, got to live to expectation. If Travis Hunter don't go out there and ball out, we going to criticize him. That's sports, homie. Stop coddling these babies, as you call them, homie. We all went through it. If I went out there and I ain't produced, my coaches call me out, the players call me out, the local community call me out. That's what happens. So you ain't got to protect these athletes. These grown-ass men making millions of dollars. Travis Hunter, he said he was to play both sides. He showed us that he could do it in college. We didn't think he could do it in college. He proved us wrong. Get a young man a chance in Jacksonville. If he doesn't do it, cool. Then we'll criticize him for it or make him play one side. But give him a chance. All this coddling shit and looking out for him, fuck all that. These are athletes, homie. These are professional athletes. Ain't no coddling. It's a man. It's men in that locker room. You talking about trying to protect the baby because y'all give him. Ain't none of that, homie. Expectations are a part of sports. And when you perform at a high level at college, we are going to have extremely high expectations for you at the next level. That's always been that way. Always.
Hold on. You know, it's funny that I see the Latrell in the chat and all the people that just said you just cooked.
I'm not trying to don't worry about it.
I know. But here's what's ironic. You are literally the most coddling human being I've ever met when it comes to these players. And Latrell is butthurt this morning because his fucking hero quarterback, who he knows everybody about, his fiance and everybody else, didn't get drafted. And now all of a sudden, y'all are humble pie. How fucking ironic is that? All of a sudden, don't coddle the players, homie? The most coddling player fucking protector ever in Darnell Smith?
You disrespect him and I defend him in that sense. When you say things like Shedeur Sanders is shitty, that's wrong and that's too far. So I defend that piece of it. We
gotta stop taking the emotion. Gotta be.
No, but words matter. Like the
breakdown that context.
Spears just gave
context
was a good breakdown. He wasn't disrespectful. He said, "Hey, Shedeur doesn't pop on the screen." That's true. He don't. There's nothing super exciting. He doesn't run a 4-3. He don't have a huge run, but he wins and knows how to lead a team. That's what I like about it.
So context matters too, doesn't it? So
I don't care who commented.
I've never called Shedeur. Show me a clip where I've said that Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, somebody out of Colorado is a piece of shit. I saying shitty on the football field is shitty on the football field. How many people have you and everybody in this chat called shitty as a football player? I'm super curious. Because it's ironic that it's cool for y'all to say it, but when I say he's shitty, it goes to his personal attack on his human nature. I ain't said shit about the kid's character. I don't know him. I could give a fuck less.
I never said that. Well,
that's what you
didn't know about character. You've alluded to him not being smart. Let's be real. You've alluded to that. You never alluded to that.
Not. Is that bad? Is that lie?
That's how you know that. Like, do you know him personally?
I hear him talk. Homie, I heard him last night talk. Did you not?
So he's dumb.
He's not very bright.
Okay, that's wrong to say that.
Not wrong. Why?
That's wrong. For you to call somebody dumb because they don't publicly speak.
I didn't say he's dumb.
I didn't hear nothing wrong with what he said.
I didn't say he's dumb.
It has nothing to do with the word. I just didn't hear nothing wrong with that.
I said he's not very bright. I didn't say he's dumb. Don't say I said he's dumb, homie. I said he's not very bright. Don't put words in my mouth, homie.
Okay, what is not very bright mean, homie? Why we like fucking playing around?
Not very bright means he's not very smart.
All right.
Is that not true? Am I tripping?
Yeah, you're right.
I heard him speak last night. Did you not?
No, what does not very smart mean?
You're very intellectually well. You speak very well.
I'm not about to. This is why people call you hater.
Is he not slow?
Why people call you? You ain't saying shit about nobody else.
Yes, I do. I say it all the time. I've said it about many players.
What other quarterback in this draft you said it about?
Homie,
what other quarterback in the draft you said it's about? Cam, you ain't said nothing. I ain't heard nothing about Cam. You must love Cam. I heard nothing from Cam. Jackson, only thing you say about Jackson is you say I don't think he's that great either, and that's it. It's not right there. All I'm saying is, the reason people call you haters is because you go the all right. Here you go. You go the hardest.
Can I ask you?
Is that fair?
Can I? Yeah,
is that fair? Okay, cool.
Fair.
All right, cool.
Can I ask you a fair question now?
Sure.
Who's in social media more, Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders?
I would say probably Shedeur.
Why probably? Why are you even fucking playing dumb?
I want to think about it.
Why do you have to think about it? See, that's the narrative. See, you get back to it. Like you got to protect Shedeur Sanders when we all know he has a vlog, a YouTube channel, a media company, and you're still comparing. You're sitting there having to think about fucking who's on the social media more, homie.
You always think before you respond.
If I hear you more, if I hear you, I haven't ever fucking heard Jackson Dart speak. Have you?
Yeah, I heard him.
Oh, I haven't. Show me some clips.
He spoke last night when he got drafted.
I want to see some clips. I would love to see some clips. I've heard Shedeur because that's all we see. Shedeur Sanders, homie. I don't see no other quarterback speak. So their context matters, as you say all the time on this show.
After he gets drafted today or whatever, I don't want to talk about him no more until he plays. So after he gets drafted, we'll talk about it that next day. We'll give our opinions. After that, I don't want to talk about Shedeur no more until he actually plays on the actual football field. No Shedeur topics and I can't wait for it. I cannot wait to not talk about it.
We'll see. I'm sure they'll be showing something. I'm sure he'll have something in there, but
no, we're not.
I'm sure he'll have something. He'll have something.
I'm gonna take over the rundown.
Yeah, let's bet on it. Let's move on, Smitty. We got Mark Clayton is on in the second hour, 7:30 Pacific. So we had the time wrong. 7:30 Pacific. We'll get into that. Smitty, let's dive into Abdul Carter with the third pick going to the Giants. Then they traded back for Jackson Dart. We talked about grade. I want to get your grade on the Giants. I give them a C.
I give Giants a B. I mean, I don't know what
B as in boy.
B as in boy, as a little boy. I don't know what Jackson Dart is going to be, but I know they needed a quarterback of the future, so they got a quarterback. Boom. They checked that box off. Abdul Carter, I know he's going to be a beast. Check that box off. Arguably the best player in the draft. We'll see. But he's somebody's going to bring instant and immediate impact to that D-line. And that D-line got some dogs on there already. To me, the Giants, what they're trying to do, they're looking at their history and they're saying, how has the previous Giants teams won? What did they do when they won? They had great fronts, great defensive line fronts to be specific, with Strahan and Justin Tuck and O.C. Umenyiora, all them boys in front of that line. To me, they're trying to rebuild that same energy. The Giants defense was already pretty damn good last year. Now you add on Abdul Carter. Now you got the veteran quarterbacks who are, at bare minimum, they'll be at least a little better than what you had in previous years. To me, the Giants are trying to build a team similar to their championship level teams and build that same way. I give them a B. I like what they did in the draft. The Jackson Dart thing shocked me, but at the end of the day, they still checked a box at getting in quarterback. So that's I like what they did overall.
Shocked you that it was a QB, or shocked you that it wasn't?
Shocked me that was Jackson over Shedeur. Yeah. No, I'm glad it was a quarterback. I'm saying I just didn't think it would be Jackson above Shedeur. So,
no doubt. Yeah, that's what I called. I knew he would be the second QB. I'm curious, is he going to be the third? I'm very curious.
Now I don't know. Now it's like all hell may break loose.
Yeah, is he going to be the third quarterback taken? So let me get into that real quick. You come on this show quite often and combat me when I'm talking about the QB, right? It's the old school versus the young school mentality. I'm more of a get the ball out, make the decision, understand who's hot, who's not, slide the protection, blah, blah, blah. You're more like the game has changed and evolved. And we're both right and wrong. Or not wrong. I don't even say we're going to be wrong. We're both right. You're right when you say that these guys are more athletic than ever, which they are. Of course, we all know that. I'm right when I say the quarterback production is not as good as it's been, but the athleticism of them is night and day. So thinking that way and using your narrative as if these guys cannot be sitting ducks anymore, the position has evolved to what you stick up for all the time on here. What takes Shedeur Sanders next over Jalen Milroe then? Because if we've taken AR5s in the past and we got a guy like Justin Fields who will be starting for the New York Jets this year, and guys like these guys, and we had the anomalies in the Kyler Murrays, Lamar Jacksons, and Josh Allen, why wouldn't you take a guy that can get you out of trouble on a bad team over the sitting duck in Shedeur Sanders, who could be the better passer? I believe he's much better passer than Jalen Milroe.
Thank you.
Why not take Milroe, though? And I'm not a Milroe. I think Milroe's the last quarterback on my board in this draft. He would be my last QB taken on this draft. But that's, again, the old school versus the new school athlete in the pocket, AR5-ish guy. So, yes, Darnell.
To answer your question, because it's still quarterback. You still got to throw the ball, too. And Jalen Milroe, to me, has not consistently showed me that he can throw the ball well.
Well, Lamar evolved.
Lamar, don't compare this man to Lamar Jackson. Did you see Lamar at Louisville?
Yes.
No, you see Lamar. You come on this show and say
Lamar was a better passer.
Lamar Jackson was actually better in college.
Better
he
passer.
threw the ball around.
Better passer.
Okay, so what I'm saying is we get enamored because Lamar is so great at running that we forget that he's really damn good at throwing the ball too. Jalen Milroe is not even in the. Let's stop bringing Lamar into certain conversations, please. Every time we see an athlete at quarterback, that's not bringing Lamar. Lamar is a Hall of Famer. He's a multiple-time MVP. He's in a different atmosphere than a lot of these guys. So let's leave him over there. Jalen Milroe is a great athlete, but he has not shown me that he can consistently throw the ball. And you mentioned guys like AR5. You even threw out Justin Fields, who Justin Fields to me has proven he can throw the ball around. We saw what he did in college. But Anthony Richardson, it should be your prime example. We've seen, at least to this point, I don't want to kill his career, to this point, how bad AR5 has been. Use that as your case study. Why would you overdraft Jalen Milroe early when you've seen a guy who's very similar to him, freak athlete? Even I could argue probably even more of a freak athlete than AR5. You see how bad he performed. Why would you bring in Jalen Milroe? So that's my argument there. Shedeur is a better quarterback than Jalen Milroe, and he's not a freak athlete, but the man's not non-athletic. I disagree with that. I think he's more Mahomes-ish meaning I can move around a little bit when I need to. I can run when I need to. Like, he ain't just some, you act like he's Peyton Manning back there and he just can't move at all. Like, nah, he can move around a little bit. He's decent athleticism for the correct position. So he's not some just sitting duck. I disagree with you on that side. So to me, I would assume he's the next quarterback. But again, I'm not trying to guess no more because I told you I'm flabbergasted. So I don't know what's gonna happen next. This draft is crazy. Like our man Howard came on, he said none of us know. We never know.
I think you're so emotional over this whole Shedeur Sanders thing that
I'm not emotional.
No, I'm saying it fogs you. No, what I'm saying is
loud.
No. What I mean is you've been so adamant about this kid being selected in the top 5 for over a year that remember, Matt thought he was the first overall pick, and he sold that shit every day on the show. Like, come on.
That was Matt and Bailey. It had nothing to do with me.
And I laughed at it a year ago. I'm laughing at it now.
Colorado show.
And the emotion, I believe, gets so overbearing, homie, on a kid and a family when we just won't look at the facts, homie. Like, the kid's not good. And I don't know what else to say.
Is Jackson Dart good though?
No.
Okay, but he got okay. Cool. Stop right there.
I just don't get.
Jackson got drafted
have I been a guy on here talking about Jackson Dart?
That's not my point. My point is, you think Jackson Dart isn't good, and he still went first round. So cool. Let's stay with the argument.
Trade it up.
The argument that Shedeur isn't good. Okay, cool. You think he isn't good? Cool. Well, ain't good quarterbacks have been drafted first round. So Shedeur still, you talk almost like you think Shedeur about to go undrafted almost. Like you keep saying like, I don't know where he's gonna go. I mean, like your odds get big. He might slip really far. I don't know. He's not good. He's not that smart. He's not. I'm like, well, is he just gonna not get drafted? Somebody gotta get him. Somebody gotta get him. Jason.
Do they?
So hold on, homie. Time out. Before we go to break, are you telling me that you believe in your heart of hearts that Shedeur LaRon Sanders, I don't know what his middle name is, I made that up.
What's his middle name?
I don't know his real one, but I'm gonna call him Shedeur.
Did you say LaRon though? Did you say LaRon?
LaRon, it sounds smooth.
I've coached a lot of LaRon.
I know you did.
LaRon, not LeBron. LaRon.
No B.
Yes.
Shedeur LaRon Sanders. You tell
Every
me
one of them was a
undrafted?
shitbird. Every one of them was shitbird. Huh?
You tell me Shedeur LaRon Sanders is going undrafted on me?
I'm not saying undrafted. I'm not gonna say no hot take.
So
Here's what I do want to bring up.
So who gonna get him?
I don't know about undrafted, but I don't know if he's gonna get drafted in the second round either.
That's cool. Who gonna forget when? Who gonna get him?
I said last night. I think now a better team gets him than a worse team, and I think it's better for the kid.
I know. I agree. Give me the who's though.
I'm looking.
Who makes sense?
I don't know if Bailey has a second day that's going to start here in a few minutes.
He ain't got it right now.
If he don't have a second order, I know the Browns got 2 of the first 4. Here's what I want to bring up. A couple months back, I was trolling and fucking around. I was like, man, this cat can go in there, not get scooped up, and go back to college. Remember? And everybody was like, oh, you crazy as fuck. Whoa. Legally, though, I just wanted to make sure I looked into it. And legally, he can go back.
Really? I thought what you entered, you couldn't.
No, there's no amateurism no more, homie. It's NIL era.
Oh, they changed that? Damn. That's so crazy.
Legally, you could get an agent now and go back. You have agents in college. Well, they have agents now in college. What do you mean? So,
yeah.
Hey, but listen, though, before we take this
commercial. He ain't doing that, though, y'all. You know what might make sense? And you ain't going to like it. Miami Dolphins.
Why wouldn't I like it? I give a fuck less.
I know Tua got paid a lot of money. I get that, y'all. But, like,
let me ask you something.
He gets hurt like it's the thing to do.
Let me ask you something before we take a break. Let's say Shedeur goes back to college.
I'm not having this conversation, Jason.
What number does he wear? question I have.
Is it
a
It
popular
could be any
thing?
quarterback though, JB. this is the thing. It's not a lock for Shedeur, in my opinion. Like
I think next year's class is better. You're gonna have you're gonna be
the Giants, JB. Like are they gonna draft a black quarterback? We gotta also look at that. Like they ain't never drafted a black quarterback. We gotta think about that too. I don't know. That was my other thing, and I'm not a race guy, but like
you got 2 black quarterbacks on the roster right now, though.
Just history never fails to repeat itself. I don't know. I'm not gonna put it out, but man, I mean, Shedeur, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think Shedeur makes the Giants better. He doesn't make them better right now. He doesn't help Dayball keep his job. Either does Jackson Dart or any other QB.
You don't think any quarterback.
No quarterback helps the Giants. Next year's class is better, and you're going to probably be in the same situation if you end up firing Dayball or if Dayball gets through the season.
Wow. So here we go, JB. You ready?
Yep.
The New York Giants draft Jackson Dart with the 25th overall pick. Oh, shit. So Shedeur is not the second quarterback drafted off the board. Here we go.
I fucking know? What do I know?
Whew.
But what do I know?
Unbelievable.
I think one of my predictions. Hey, where's that fucking guy that said I haven't been right at all? What did I say the second quarterback would be?
Did you say Dart? I don't even remember, JB.
I did, and I said Shedeur was not going to be the second quarterback taken. So that is I don't believe Brian Dayball gets saved by Jackson Dart either, though. And I'm going to keep. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. I'm not going to. I don't think Jackson Dart. But here's the thing. Shedeur Sanders, the bag is out, homie. These guys know. These guys aren't in these positions, Bailey, to be popular. They're not in these positions to appease Deion Sanders. Like, let's be honest. And I told you this morning, I think most of these coaches or GMs or whoever are more scared of Deion Sanders than Shedeur is making fake laughs on TV because he knows he's fallen and he has to laugh. But I just don't see the quarterback position. I told you, dog, this quarterback position is not very good, homie. And I'm surprised that Jackson Dart going there too. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, that shock. The fact they would trade up, JB, for Jackson Dart when they have 2 quarterbacks on the roster and they have to win. They have to win.
Here's what it tells me.
Dayball and the GM are gone. Go ahead.
Here's what it tells me. As Dayball enters year 4 here, he's been told, be decent and you're staying, because no way in the world that the owner has allowed them to move up and draft a quarterback unless he's getting a couple extra years here that we don't know about. I'm just telling you. Because you got Jameis Winston on a 2-year contract and you got Russell on a 1. And you got a better class next year. So something's up. And you don't move up for Jackson Dart. You don't move up for Jackson Dart. And I'm going to tell you that even looks worse for Shedeur Sanders. I'm just telling you. Because you traded up. You traded up for a QB, homie, and it wasn't Shedeur Sanders. Smitty, let me ask you something, Smitty. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Not in if you're addressing the chat or not.
I don't want to talk chat no more.
We got 550 people on TikTok, man. The morning
that's good.
All morning long live. They just want to hear about Shedeur Sanders.
Matter of fact, chat, because we got almost 3,000 people in here. So if you're
we had over 3,000. We had over 3,000 people earlier.
Yeah, if you're new to the show, man, welcome. you enjoy the experience, enjoy the ride. It's going to be very entertaining. You're going to agree, you're going to disagree. But we do this thing every single day, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., 9 a.m. Pacific time. Make sure you subscribe and become a member, because when you become a member, you get certain perks like members-only chats, Discord, exclusive conversation with JB, and more that's coming here in the summer. So make sure you become a member. If you're new, welcome. We appreciate y'all. But JB, go ahead.
Yeah, we had 3,100 people on YouTube in here a little while ago, man. Shout out to everybody. Live visibility was just restricted on TikTok. I said nothing. I didn't cuss. I didn't say anything. It was actually a black man talking. It wasn't me talking. It was Smitty, Darnell Smith.
They didn't like that. They didn't like black man talking.
I got it reinstated. So anyway, so we're back. Thank you, Otani.
How was that just ready? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how was that just in the arsenal? Like, how was that just ready? That's insane. You really molded Bailey to be just like he really like your mini me. Hey, Kev the trucker, if you're listening, take Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, and mini me, and please put JB's face and Bailey's face over both of them and send it to me.
He did a video. I can't see it on Twitter. It popped up, but I can't see. I can't hear it during the show, but it looks dumb.
What?
Whatever he just made a video on Twitter.
Ooh, Kevin the trucker.
He just did a video. Yeah,
I didn't even see it yet.
I can't hear it, so I can't listen. But it looks stupid.
Like good stupid or bad stupid?
Bad. It's like pixelated. I don't know what it is. It doesn't make sense. But let me ask something real quick. How bad does Deion Sanders look this morning? For two reasons. Number one, you retired your son's jersey prematurely. You and I both agree to. Prematurely, right? You can argue the whole thing. Does it deserve it and all that? That's a whole nother show. Fuck
it. Early. Way too early.
Premature. Mm-hmm. And then last night, the kid's name doesn't get called. How bad does this look today for Deion Sanders rushing this job? Because I don't believe there's ever been a retired player that did not get drafted in the first round. By the way. And and by the way, though, I'm going to give fair credit to the kid on this one. We've also never retired a fucking jersey 3 months after the season before the draft. So that's, again, why I'm saying how bad of a look on Deion is it. Because you rush the job, you retire the kid, and then the kid don't get drafted 3 months later. So, like,
I don't really think it's a bad look, though. I mean, bad look in what sense? Like, no, for real, though. I mean, what? Bad looking what? Like, is he?
So Deion Sanders looks great today.
He just looks like Deion. Like, he don't look like nothing. He raised his son, coached his son. His son's about to get drafted to NFL. He didn't get drafted in the first round like he thought. Okay, oh shucks. Like, you know, we talk like we get emotional as sports analysts, fans, former players, coaches, etc.
I don't.
But at the end of the day, the man's about to live out his dream and go to the NFL. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm like I'm in a different universe. I would have loved to be in any of these young guys' shoes, so he gonna get drafted, y'all. Like, okay, he didn't go first round. It doesn't matter. If the Steelers pick him up in second round, what's the difference? Other than money,
I don't believe he is. I don't believe he is going to live out his dream. I don't think he has an incentive to go be an NFL great. I think why? He's set for life, homie. He's not going to struggle like you and I did. He has never struggled. He has Deion Sanders as his father. Shout out to him for having his father that he has.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't struggling, and he don't want for nothing. He don't need.
Why has he been playing this whole time then?
What's that?
If that's the case, that's your argument. Why has he been playing football? Why are you playing football anyway?
Because he's Deion Sanders' son.
No, but if it don't matter, if I'm not gonna struggle, if I don't love the game.
Wait. What's the topic, homie? Make sure we're clear here.
You're saying that you don't think he's gonna live out his dreams because you don't think he's basically you're saying he's not motivated to.
I don't think he's incentivized to play and be great in the NFL.
But why is money the only thing the only motivation? That's not the only motivation, homie.
You're preaching to the choir. Don't ask me. We already agree.
I don't think Shedeur cares about that. He's always had like money to us.
That's my point. That's my point.
I'm saying we grew up broke, so like money to us is like a big thing. He always had it. Like it would almost be opposite for him. Like if he didn't have money, he'd be like, "That's weird." Like he's always had it. So like he ain't tripping on no damn money.
That's my point, Smitty.
No, my point. You're missing my point. I think he actually loves the game. To me, when you're a second generation, like when you're a kid whose dad or mom or whatever was a professional athlete and had money, and you still bust your ass to go out there and play the game, to me, that's a sign of actual love. Because to your point, he doesn't have to do any of this. He doesn't have to do it, and he's not the first. This ain't the first father-son NFL. We've seen this time and time and time again. I mean, Patrick Surtain is the best corner in the NFL. He better than his daddy. His dad was in the league. Like the list goes. So my point is, we have a lot of examples of players coming into the league. Peyton Manning, his dad was like, I'm just saying, like the list goes on and on of people having dads who played in the league or had money who did not need it but wanted it. And there's nothing wrong. And to me, I don't think that's a sign of like we got to stop saying that the guys just won't work hard or won't be motivated because they got money. I don't think it's the case for everybody. Now, some people, you're correct. I think some people, money is a big thing. Certain kids who grew up in the mud and then they had a big NIL bag, I do think some of those kids may be less motivated because they got what they wanted out of this early. Shedeur always had money. It's different.
But not the most talked about guy with the most popular father ever.
He's had money. Like, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Like,
that's my point, homie.
You're micro thinking. You're micro. Like, it's opposite for me. When I'm saying when you don't have money and then you go to college and you get $1 million NIL bag, you may be like, shit, I'm good now. I'm chilling. My family good. Shedeur didn't have to think about family or take care of his mom or his daddy. He was born into it. So money has never been the motivation. There's never been a motivation. He's always had money. You see what I'm saying? His motivation was to be great.
It makes zero sense to me. It makes zero sense to me.
You really don't understand what I'm saying? Like, are you?
No, I really don't. I think you're literally answering my question.
I gotta find another way to say it. This is crazy. You don't.
I get into those situations. I don't know how to convey.
I'm trying to find a way. I'm trying to think.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but it makes no sense to me. It's literally telling. It's literally telling me what I wanted to hear. Like,
I'm trying to see. Like, if you come from money,
here's what I take from it. He's spoiled. He's spoiled. He's never had to really earn anything. He's never had to battle for his starting position ever. So in high school, his daddy coached him. At Jackson State, his daddy coached him. Colorado, his daddy coached him. He never had to compete for a starting spot. He now is not drafted. Adversity hit him in the mouth last night. He got a little humble pie. Now he has to go to a league where he has to battle for a position, whether it's a backup or making the roster or whatever. We know he's probably not starting anywhere. That's evident. And when that hits him, what is going to be said then? Are we playing victim? Are we saying JB's been right? He's just not very good. Is he really going to be hungry? There's a reason why Tom Brady got on the fucking live last year and grabbed him and said, fucking put the Bentley down and go watch film. Because we don't care that you came from Deion Sanders' lineage now anymore. We know who you are now. We know you're Deion's son. Now go be great at the position. That is not what he portrays. He portrays a guy that goes around and wants to be good at other shit, not football.
Like what?
My opinion.
Like what?
I don't know. My opinion. Every other thing. That's why I say.
But what? No, if you're going to say that, stand on it. What is he doing?
Everything other than football. That's my point.
What you keep giving broad words. What is Shedeur doing for real? What is he doing?
What do you mean? What is he doing?
Only thing I see him do is play football. Like, what is he doing?
No,
is he a gamer? Is he?
I don't know.
Like, what is Shedeur doing?
We don't ever talk about him playing football in here. Do we?
Yeah, we do. That's literally what we talk about. There's nothing else to talk about.
No, I talk about what he does.
What does he do off the field?
Not very good.
What does he do?
Does everything, homies. We had a show about him walking down the runway in Paris during OT or during camp. We had a show on here about him rapping with Fat Girl. We had a show on here where he did had the Bentley.
He made a song like every athlete does since the beginning of time. Every athlete fucking makes songs. Ron Artest, Steven Jackson, Shaq, Kobe, fucking everybody, every rapper, Dame, Giannis, KD, LeBron. I can name the list goes on and on. Everybody tries to make a song.
You're making my point.
It ain't an album. He didn't make an album. He made a song. Whatever.
Now you're making my point. Thank you. Guess what those guys all had in common? What? They already fucking made it to the league, homie. They already made it and got paid, homie. This motherfucker's walking around in a $300,000 diamond necklace. He ain't taking a fucking snap, homie. But guess what? He's incentivized to be great, right?
He's a hater.
Tom Brady don't know nothing. Tom Brady ain't shit.
I ain't saying that my Tom Brady, my coworker. I ain't saying
Why
that
don't you go learn how to fucking not take a sack and throw a hitch on time? Oh no, homie, I want to be in the Bentley and try to rock that shit. That's
Don't
what
you
you
think Shedeur would have quit football by now if what you're saying is true? Don't you think Shedeur would have quit for as much punishment as he's taken over the years and playing quarterback at Colorado? Yeah. Some because of his fault for holding the ball too long. Some because he hasn't had the best O-line. Don't you think? Because you're basically saying like he's weak-minded. Basically, what you're saying. That's what I'm hearing. And if he's so weak-minded and not motivated, don't you think the kid like, man, I don't need to take this punishment. Let me go to my mansion and just sit around and live under my daddy. No, this motherfucker said no. I'm gonna actually try to make my own name for myself. A lot of times these second generation kids, they want to make their own name for themselves because they whole entire life they've been known as Deion's kid, LeBron's kid, so-and-so's kid. So a lot of times these guys is either two ways. You either you just own that and live under that and you have no motivation at all. You lazy, you don't do nothing, and you just live underneath your daddy's money. And there's another side where you're extremely motivated because you want to go out there and prove to the world that you're more than just Deion's kid. And to me, that's the side that Shedeur has been on based upon his work ethic, his toughness, the way he's played the position. And yes, he has a lot of flaws in the quarterback position. That's okay. He ain't got to be 100% polished right now. There's things he has to improve on. But for us to go here and act like he's not motivated, act like he's not strong-minded, and act like he doesn't have a skill set that could translate to the NFL, I think we're doing this man a disservice.
Only legendary retired jersey having quarterback in history to have never won a damn thing. Why would he quit football? He don't get criticized ever. He's a butt. No, he doesn't. You're a hater if you do it. You go right on Deion.
But he still gets criticized.
You go right on Deion shitless. My point is, he's above all of it, homie. He's protected as fuck. And beyond
by his daddy, your daddy gonna protect you always, homie.
The prime sexuals in this chat right now. What do you mean, homie?
It's always gonna be that way, homie. Like whoever LeBron gets criticized, he gets love.
Why would you quit?
When a brand gets criticism and you get love, you get hate.
But why would you quit football though if you have it handed? Like there's no loss for you, homie. The kid's gonna succeed because of who he is. I'm just telling you.
But what I'm saying is, if you're not motivated, Jason, I'm not saying damn.
You know what? We got a legend city in here that we are. I can't wait. I can't wait to discuss. I can't thank this man enough, man. Grew up watching this man in the greatest era of football's history, in my opinion. When football was real football and he could actually get hit over the fucking middle and shit like that. So my main man, Miami Dolphin legend, man, part of the greatest passing duo of all time, Mark Clayton joins the show.
Yeah.
Brother, I can't thank you enough, man. I appreciate you, Mark.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Man, thanks for coming on, man. I got to ask you right now, is Dan Marino the greatest quarterback ever, even though he didn't win a Super Bowl?
Well, if he's not, he's one of them.
No doubt. Oh, shit, we lose him?
Yeah, I think he froze. Okay. I never know if it's just my computer or if it's happening, because sometimes my computer does weird stuff. That's why I didn't say nothing.
Yeah. I think we lost him, Bailey.
Yeah.
He froze.
That was a hell of a start, though. He said if he ain't the grade, he one of them. That's a bar. Hey, Paris, cut that and post it.
Hey, it's a question, Smitty, because like the cat never won. We talk about Charles Barkley. We talk about these guys that never won titles that were just unbelievable. Charles Barkley to me is regarded as fuck, man. I got him in like a very high. I don't know where, but very high. He was unbelievable watching him at 6'4", drop step and just fucking two-hand nut job, David Robinson and shit like that. Then this guy, Dan Marino, who I got to watch growing up, like
so skilled, make any throw.
Two knee braces on, Smitty. Two fucking knee braces on. Couldn't move at all. Well, that was our interview with Mark Clayton, man. Clap it up. Appreciate him joining us.
That was smooth, though, man. I mean, Mark Clayton gave us so much just insight on just the Dolphins, the history, just the era, just him playing during that time, what Dan Marino meant to him. It's funny that you had that conversation, though, of you saying that, like, how Dan Marino could still be considered like the greatest, he didn't win. But then when you talked about like some other topics, you always lean on like the winning side of or the
I got criteria.
Like ranking those guys. It's interesting when you do that, but that's never
use the full context.
It's just the inconsistencies in people's arguments. It's fine though.
Not really. I don't have him there because he didn't. I've been saying that for a long time. Let's bring him back in. Mark Clayton's back. Got you.
I'm back.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
There we go.
Hey, so you said you were saying you got him up there if he's not. Does the Super Bowl that eludes him or you guys on those great teams? Is that why? Is that why the naysayers out there? Because I got a criteria. Smitty was just trying to be a smart ass about. He was like, I talk about the QBs that have been so great watching them, but they all have. If you're going to be on the Mount Rushmore, I think you have to win one, right?
Well, you would like for them to be able to win one because, this is a team sport, man. It takes all other 10 guys to do their job for you to be successful at your job as well, too. That's why, when people get into discussions with me about the GOATs and this and that about GOATs, I say, listen, this is my opinion that I don't believe that there's you can be a GOAT playing a team sport because it takes everybody else for you to be successful. So individual sports, golf, tennis, sure, there's, you can put people in the GOAT conversation because those are individual sports.
Fair. That's fair as hell. Yeah, it is because we talk about it all the time. Charles Barkley didn't get a ring, and I thought he was one of the greatest I've ever watched at 6'4", doing what he did. I was just telling Smitty, but unbelievable. Let me ask you the second question before Smitty dives in. You and Duper, man, the two marks. Greatest tandem of all time?
One of, if not, I got to put us up there with anybody else, man. During the day and time when we were doing our thing, man, I don't think, there was anybody else that was doing it at that kind of a level that we were doing it at.
I agree. That threesome right there was one that we showed up to see. Paul, Smitty, you would say. Those three guys right there were unbelievable.
I think he froze up again. Mark, can you hear us? Nah, I think he froze up.
I think he's at a hotel.
The hotel Wi-Fi is gonna be tough. It's cool. We'll bring him in and out. Throughout. He's a legend. What happens?
I don't know, Smitty. You're probably too young. You've seen clips. You obviously know who they are, but you were young when I watched those guys play every Sunday. I look to watching as a quarterback and a young kid. I look to see those guys play every Sunday together. Those three.
Yeah.
More than I've ever wanted to see a quarterback and two wideouts get together. The next best, in my opinion, was Aikman, your guy, Michael Irvin, and Harper. I love watching that tandem go to work. And then I love to see Randall Cunningham, Moss, and Carter. Just for my opinion, those three tandems were some of the funnest for me because I got to see QB hit the fifth step, throw it on against covered guys who we used to be able to play bump and run to, hit you over the middle, and do that type of shit.
100%.
I know you probably had a room with the damn Wi-Fi. I get it. It's all good. I appreciate you.
You got that right. You're right.
It's all good.
I hate that.
No, I was just telling Smitty that tandem right there with Marino throwing you guys the rock. It was special to watch.
Yeah, man, we enjoyed doing it, man. I think that it showed out there the kind of fun that we were having by what we were putting out there on the field. So definitely enjoyed doing what we were doing, which resulted in the success that we had out there on the field.
No doubt. One thing about you that just doing my quick research that I know is that you are from the greatest city in the world of Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm also from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am a Warren Central Warrior. I see you went to Cathedral.
That's right.
Nothing but respect, but I wanted to make sure I shout that out, man. Naptown is in the building.
No question about that. One time for Naptown.
Come on now, 317, baby. No, it's an honor to have you on here, man. Talk about that piece a little bit, man. Making it from, making it out of like Indianapolis and becoming just an all-time great at what you do. A lot of times people didn't look at Indianapolis as like a football town. Indiana in general is a basketball state, right? So just making it out of, Indiana and becoming who you are and who you became. Talk about just that journey and what that was for you.
Well, first of all, coming from Cathedral High School, being the first player in their school history to make professional at anything is an honor within itself right there. But, my senior year, I had a great senior year at Cathedral and didn't have a whole bunch of offers coming out of Cathedral High School. I was all-state, all-city, all-state, made the North-South all-star team. Really, a lot of recruiters really wasn't coming at me. I played all the positions out there except the lineman and defensive lineman, offensive lineman, and linebacker. I played everything else at that school, but people looked at my size and they kind of like shown against me because I tell people I was 155 pounds soaking wet with rocks in my pockets my senior year.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to, they didn't think that I could play football, but my numbers just said otherwise. But, sometimes God puts you in the place where he wants you to be. And I made the best of the opportunity that I got. And I kind of just put a chip on my shoulder right there because I wanted to prove to people that, you can't measure a man by his stature. So I went out there and had to show people that I could play the game of football. And I think I came out and I showed them.
No doubt.
Did.
Mark, the Mark, let me ask you, how special was the tandem? Like, were you guys like boys or were you just business associates and that's how you handled it at that time? Were you guys like so tight that you knew how to read off each other and it made it it was a tight deal? Because we have all stories like, oh shit, we didn't really get along, but shit, we handled our business, or we were boys, and that's we were bonded, and we knew what the other one did. How was that relationship during that time?
Well, we had a great relationship. I think. My rookie year, I stepped on the field. I got to be on the field before Marino and Duper because Tommy Vigorito and Jimmy Cephalo, the punt returner and the third wide receiver, they went down in the opening day right there. So I was thrown into action before Marino got to step foot on the field and before Duper got to step on the field. But by week 6, they both stepped on.
Lost. Fucking Bailey.
Yeah, damn, Bailey, you gotta be better than this, Bailey. You gotta let him know. You gotta help with his Wi-Fi. You gotta help with his Ethernet.
You gotta go over there and set up the shit.
Yeah, it's on
Fly
you,
over
Bailey.
there. Fly over there. I mean,
we pay you, homie. You should be able to use that money, save it up, and fly out. He got hyped though. Hey, when I tell you from in that town, you see how his face lit up. It's a special bond amongst his homie. Like,
he didn't know you though. He didn't know you, but yeah,
no, of course he didn't. But I know him though. It's respect. He the OG, the first one out of Cathedral. That's big because now Terry McLaurin, another Cathedral cats. A lot of Cathedral's a really good private school in Indianapolis that they have a lot of cats. And he set the tone and set the kind of the precedent for. I had
a great pass rusher out of there.
Who?
A kid I recruited out of there played for me at Indy, got in some trouble. Not major trouble, but he got in trouble there, and that's why he didn't go D1, and I snatched him up. Wasn't nothing I wouldn't take him for.
Yeah,
so I brought him, and I had to get him high school diploma and everything. Let's bring him back in. Mark's back. Mark, froze again.
Yeah, we won't hold him too long. We don't want to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we get it. He's traveling. I wanted to see what he was doing. I think he's doing speaking engagements and stuff like that. Mark Duper, I think, was a 3-time Pro Bowler. I think Mark Clayton was a 5-time Pro Bowler. And then you got Dan Marino in the mix of that. So the Mark brothers, obviously, I don't know if have they done a 30 for 30 or anything like that. They should.
I don't watch that network. I'm not sure. I know we have nothing on Fox, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, they should do a 30 for 30 or some sort of thing like that. Like I don't know what they should do. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, like
a last chance, I know.
Yeah. I don't think you get it, but that's all right. It don't matter.
I just say her quiet until we.
If he can't do it, see if we can do it another day, man. But if he
Shout
can,
out to John Jackson, man. You know I'm always rep the 317, man. It don't matter where I'm at, where I go. It's 317. If you live in that town, you from that town,
white dude,
or you rock with that town, drop a 317 in the chat right now. I want to know how many people from Nap is in the chat right now.
Let's bring Mark back in real quick. See if we got him. We got you, brother.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're gonna have to do this, man. Where I have good Wi-Fi where I can.
Yeah. We were about to just say that. Yeah, we were going to let you know, man.
Man.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
No problem.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Let's do it again. When you get, what are you doing now? Tell the crowd. Tell everybody what you're doing now. Right now.
Well, right now I'm in Miami. For the draft. Parties and stuff right here. But right now, and I go around. I speak to kids and speak to groups and stuff now, but try to play as much golf as I can play now. Also, because I'm hooked on that sport too. But hey man, be willing to jump on this podcast at any time, man.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
Hopefully, start building up some steam so they can do the right thing and get me in that Hall of Fame. So maybe during the season, I can come on with you guys. Maybe once a week or something, man. Because I feel like that's the one honor right there that's really just eluding me right there.
Hell yeah, let's do it. We appreciate you. During the season, we'd love to have you on every damn week. It'll be fire.
I appreciate that.
Enjoy the golf links and enjoy the draft, and hopefully your Dolphins do the right thing. And we'll talk to you maybe next week.
All right, fellas, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate you.
Let's do it again soon.
All right, brother.
Our pleasure.
All right.
317, brother.
Yeah, Mark. Appreciate him jumping on here, man, for us. Legend, we'll bring him on again. If he comes on during the season, that'd be a great addition to the show for the week. Because
Bijan, that's crazy, homie.
What?
He said coming on this show might do the opposite. Talking about like not help get the Hall of Fame because we be wild on here. That's cold-blooded, man.
You know what's not going to be in the Hall of Fame?
What?
Any Jaguar?
Well, shout out to Fred Taylor, though. You're a beast.
Baselli.
Yeah, Baselli, you're a beast. Mark Jones is good. Probably not Hall of Fame, but real good. We got some Naptown people in here. Hold on, homie. Dave C. 317. You from the west side, from the far east side, but you still 317. Boom. Okay. I think, was it Gary in the building?
Fuck.
What happened?
Hate reporting bad news, but somebody will report it, so we might as well report it. Somebody's gonna report it. He's had some bad luck lately, Bailey. Put that in.
I don't even show it, homie. I don't even like putting my brothers out there.
Got it though.
You ain't got to, but you a white man. You love showing this type of stuff on the brothers.
Yeah, I show a lot of white boys fuck up too.
You don't never show white boys fuck up.
We gotta show them.
I'm gonna search for a white athlete who fucked up recently. I'm trying to get on here real quick.
Huh? Hey, I don't know anything about the NBA last night because the drafts trumped everything. Obviously,
the Clippers blew out the Nuggets right down the street from me. They beat their ass.
Really?
117, 83. Kick their ass. Clippers is not playing around, homie.
Damn. Hey, I got Mexican word of the day, though. I didn't get to it.
Let's do it, man. Hey, it's Free Game Friday. We got to turn this thing up, homie. Your energy sucks, and we need to get some fun topics in here. Let's get this thing back going, homie.
Yeah.
And shout out to Woo2X for sending that 1999, homie. Woo2X.
Yeah, we're gonna unfortunate news in the news though, with a legendary running back. We're gonna show real quick and talk about unfortunate.
You're a rich kid.
You got it, Bailey?
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, man, arrested last night after a draft party. He was probably chilling, relaxing, got in the whip. I don't get it, homie. Drive. Let someone else drive.
Never mind. I ain't gonna do it.
His Audi Q5. I know the Q5. They can move. State trooper said he saw him speeding 83 and a 55. Listen, I've done that before.
I thank you. I'm so glad.
Well, I always talk about it on here.
You not to call you out, but to call you out. Like this is like a regular day for you in the office. Like I've been in the car with you on the way to like Costco or Sound Club, and we be rolling on the regular street in that truck. That truck fast as hell. He slammed the brakes.
Pulls you out. You ain't been in the Beamer yet, homie.
I'm scared of getting the Beamer.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
You be rolling in the truck, homie, and then you working me the whole time. Smitty, you go out there and grab all the little tanks, the little propane tanks. I'm over here free tank while you in the car with AE getting hit.
Remember the first visit to the boat?
Yeah, I was like, he's like, hey, why don't you pull up to the boat? We'll have a good time, hang out, get snack. All right, bet. I pull up. I'm carrying everything, water. I'm unhooking shit from the boat, putting a little connector together. We cleaning the bathroom out. We doing all type of stuff. It's crazy.
Mexican word of the day. Shout out to AP. Get ready. I know he went bankrupt. A lot of things going on against AP. Sometimes when it rains, it pours in human life. you gotta get over it. Hopefully, he has enough help on his team, backers that hopefully get him out of the rut he's in. We've all been there. Let me dive into the Mexican word of the day, Smitty, and that word is mushroom.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I had some mushrooms. Yeah, maybe last night I had some like stir fry. We had a few little mushroom pieces within like the vegetable mix.
Oh, I thought you meant like mushroom, like psychedelic mushrooms.
I don't do drugs, homie.
Mushroom, Mexican word of the day. Cisco Ruben, shout out. Smitty, after the dust settles today during the second round of the draft, there is not much room left for Shedeur Sanders to be selected.
That's not your best work, JB. I'm being honest with you. It's not your best work. It's not your best work, homie.
I love it, though.
Not your best work, homie.
I love it, though, homie.
You didn't even say it in your accent. You didn't even say it in your accent.
I love it.
You didn't even say it in your accent, homie.
I know. I fucked that up, but I love it. I'm off no sleep, homie, and a fifth of yak. So
a fifth of yak?
Huh?
A fifth?
But
I know real quick.
Let me do it over with the mushroom.
Is this like woo, the safety at Ben Davis, the hard hitting safety? Let me know in the chat. All right, keep going.
Mushroom. After the dust settles today during the second round draft, there is not much room left for Shedeur Sanders to be selected.
That's a little better because you have the accent. It's racist as hell. I would never do that. Shout out my Mexicans, man. They still in my chat saying, hey, come to the corner inside. Oh, they tell me right now, like,
Paris, cut that second one, Paris. Cut that second one for the Mexican word of the day. We got to start doing the Mexican word of the days on Fridays. Cut the second
Paris,
one.
Cut the whole interview with Mark and then post that, even though it kept stopping.
Yeah, that'd be a quick, cool little reel. I can use that as a reel because I know the difference between reels, shorts. Facebook's supposed to be paying real money, so I got to get Facebook going.
You a content creator, homie. Connect your Facebook to your Instagram so when you post on Instagram, it goes all to Facebook.
Been that way.
Oh, you should be good then.
It's actually Instagram connected to Facebook, other way around. You said Facebook to Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wrong.
It's Instagram.
Yeah, don't do that. And I don't like Zuckerberg.
Well, you got Instagram, homie.
I hate him more than fucking Elon.
He owns, but you understand, Instagram and Facebook is the same company. It's under Meta.
Rest in peace. Not rest in peace. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
I didn't mean to say that. T's and P's. I meant to say T's and P's to our main man, Gilbert Arenas' baby boy, highly recruited son. USC had a horrific accident yesterday in a Elon Musk Cybertruck. No injuries to his body, but he inhaled a lot of smoke and probably got some smoke heat burns inside of his internal stuff. So he was induced into a coma. And they say he's in stable condition today, Smitty. So hate to see it, man. I hate to see it. I hate to be the guy that stays on this thing with these young kids. Gotta get better at driving, man, before we give them these cars. I'm just sorry. This is what it is. Hate to hurt your feelings about it. It's unfortunate, but we keep seeing this shit. We keep seeing these babies do this, man. And this was in LA, hit a tree. I don't know if he slipped in water and then the wheels he lost the wheels. I don't know what happened. Nobody knows, I don't think. But he was seen rolling around in water, probably because the heat hit him or this fire hit him. So hopefully he is back and screw playing right now. Hopefully he's just back living fine. Yeah. But I'd love to see him play because I know his son's a dude. Played out here in LA. So
he's a hoop. He's a baller. Like he's like next up maybe like so. But like you said, forget all that. I hope he's just okay and healthy. So prayers up to him and the Arenas family. We definitely hope he's able to bounce back, man. That sucks.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Hey, man, shout out to the Cybertruck because I think any other car, he might not have made it as well as he did, unfortunately. I don't like the Cybertrucks, but I think they are safe as far as driving and getting into accidents, so that helped them. Smitty, let's dive into the next topic. You got it on this Free Game Friday. Whatever.
I don't know what's going on with this next one, so I'm gonna let it look like it's a video or something, but there's something going on with Mina Kimes here.
About what? What happened?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Right? Was she right on her prediction? Oh no, she wasn't.
It's something I don't know. My producer put this in here. He said,
before we talk about this real quick, can we talk about something?
Talk about that's Free Game Friday.
Where the fuck you at, Mel Kiper? Where the fuck is you at, homie? You compare Shedeur Sanders to motherfucking Joe Montana. And last night, you want to get on air after you got humiliated with your selections and say again you compare him to another fucking Hall of Fame legendary quarterback? What the fuck is wrong with you, homie? You should be fucking castrated on national television. Get your motherfucking non-ass fucking QB talking cover 2 fucking wearing. Get your motherfucking ass. Go on over to Mina Kimes' house. Sit on. Have a fucking discussion with motherfucking Ryan Clark on how bad you motherfuckers missed on this draft. And get some more into your motherfucking feelings. You're the worst fucking draft analyst I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. And you continuing to hold a credential on ESPN is fucking mind-boggling. You ain't never been right. How the fuck do you get a job? Anyone else would be fired. But anyway, Smitty, moving on amicably, Mina Kimes, one of the worst at her job, basically
That's
came
not
out.
true. That's not
She
true.
basically came out and said she is a DEI hire, admits to everything that people criticize her for, and say that she got the job because of being a DEI hire.
Let me see what we're talking about. I can't listen to you and Bailey and y'all summarize shit. Let me hear it.
In Green Bay, in my glamorous hotel room, getting ready for today's episode of NFL Live, I saw this comment, and I wanted to address it because, look, I get called DEI all day, every day, as of like the last year or so. And no, there was no edict from anyone at ESPN to say, oh man, you know what we really need? An Asian female NFL analyst. Gotta just find one. That's what the people are clamoring for. So I was not hired in that way. But I do think diversity, equity, inclusion, the concept of it, what it represents, applies to my initial hire at ESPN. I was a business journalist and investigative reporter for Fortune magazine, Bloomberg, Business Week, but I also love football, and I wrote a personal essay about football. And the editors at ESPN magazine reached out to me and said, hey, we're trying to think outside the box and expand our scope for the types of people we hire because we want some different viewpoints and to find talent in different places we hadn't considered. Would you ever consider switching to being a sports writer? That is what diversity, equity, inclusion is all about. It's been twisted into a slur. Frankly, it's been derogative to say people are unqualified when in fact it's to find people who are actually qualified but haven't been considered or given the opportunities. So I joined ESPN as a sports writer, something I never thought I would do. And then from there, I went on to pivot into doing analysis, built my career as an analyst, and that's what I do now. So I just wanted to bring that up because, I am a person who's representative of DEI, and honestly, it's a good thing.
Shout out to Mina Kimes, man. She handled that like a pro, answered it like a professional, answered it beautifully, gave her.
No, she didn't answer anything.
Gave us facts of
she
how
made her
she was
own
hired, what her background was, how she was brought on, and only people who just dislike her
Hold on, no,
for their own personal
information, though.
reasons would even have a problem with what she said. Go ahead, JB.
Hold on. Even D. Jones is.
We always disagree. That
But even he's embarrassed for you. I didn't mean to cut you off. I want you to keep going, but
I won't talk no more. I'm done.
She's not answering any questions. She made this post on her own to make a statement. So I don't know.
There's a comment right here on her TikTok.
It's a random one, not addressed to her at all.
Yeah, but she gets it. No, it's a comment on her page that she always gets, so she wanted to respond to it. Yeah, what are you talking about?
No, she says she sees these comments everywhere.
Yes, but this comment is on her page.
That's literally what DEI is. She defined it right there in her statement. She defined the literal term of DEI. She just defined it literally. Yeah. So how are you defending what she just said, how she got the job? She got the job, Smitty, because of what she said DEI is. It's not. Well, I don't understand. I'm lost.
No, it's fine. No, I like the way she explained it because she's right. A lot of people use DEI like it's some like slur, and they use it as a way to just say, you Asian, you white, or you black, or like people say it like you're not qualified, and you just got the job because you're that or this. She's saying, what it is. No, I've been doing this journalistic shit at a high level for a minute.
No,
I wrote something about sports They liked it. They want to see that something I was interested in, and then that's how I got my foot into the door. It's not because I'm not some random Asian woman who just out here doing something completely random and has brought me in because I was Asian and I was a girl. No. So she was explaining
that's what she is.
She's explaining what it is. She was qualified.
What she said.
She was a
she
writer.
literally said that.
She was a journalist that had the experience. She wasn't somebody who didn't have any background at all. Who they brought in?
Yeah, she was.
That's all it was.
She has zero. She has zero.
She's a writer, and if you can write about one thing about anything, so
she has zero experience in NFL.
Shout out to Mina Cont, man. Shout out to Mina.
Zero.
Shout out to Mina. Shout out to Mina.
Zero.
Shout out to Mina.
Who she say she worked for? Where does that give her qualifications to speak on the NFL?
Shout out to Mina.
God, you're bad with that.
Shout out to Mina.
You gotta get over it and just say the truth sometimes, homie. It ain't gonna hurt you.
I'm not about to bully no woman on here for the sake of the show.
Why is it bullying?
Because you bully Mina every day. You bring her up for no reason and joke about it every single day because you don't like her, homie. Let's call it a spade, homie.
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit every single time, homie. Every single time. That's the thing about me. That's why people like this show. I like people don't like me. That means they like the show because I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna give a different perspective.
I don't want you to agree.
Your bullshit. When you use that bullshit thumbnail on the show when I wasn't here, I called your ass out on that. I'm gonna keep doing that. I don't care how big we are, how small we are. I'm gonna call your ass out because one, that's a real show. Number one, number two, I'm a real homie too. Because when I think you're doing some bullshit, I'm gonna say, "Hey, homie, you tripping on that." If I don't say nothing, I don't love you, JB.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to agree. And I think you were it was a horrible take by you. Made the show look soft. But listen, have you seen this? More and more just keeps coming out.
I've been thinking about
Shining, yeah. That song a hit though. The song really damn near nice.
Not damn near nice. There you go.
That's what I said. There you go.
Something like that.
The other day, I said,
like we're damn near big. The show's damn near huge.
I said,
we're damn near big.
It's great. Thank you, guys. It's crazy how that just like happened. Like,
so you can't have a damn near good song.
Nah, you actually can.
We have it like every time. Hey, I'm pretty, yeah. Take her out to dinner once. She ain't never had it. But all this motion falling on. You know I handle business every time. Women does on my AP. Perfect time, man.
Hey, the hook is hard, homie. The verse was whatever, but the hook is like if he put me on here, oh damn. Oh damn!
Like they damn near like I don't know, man. He sounds like that. So that doesn't sound slow.
AP on my wrist is perfect time, man.
He don't sound slow to you, real shit.
Oh, homie, it's music. He's stop, homie. That's the voice.
I am in your monkey. I am put up on them.
Melodic, homie. It's melodic. It's melodic.
Put a lumina. Like what the fuck, homie?
He said, I bust that AP on my wrist. It's perfect time, man.
For you to know the song is actually even
you ain't never had an AP on your wrist, Jason, so you don't know what that feels like.
I don't want it on my wrist. I don't want it either.
Now, you want it, you can't afford it, homie. You never had it on your wrist.
Not really. I wouldn't get it. You
ain't never been in any of these cars before, so you don't understand the lifestyle. You ain't never been on no PJ like me before. It's certain things that just above where you at. There's certain art pieces you've never seen. So for you, it sounds crazy because you're not in that class yet. I'm trying to help you get to that point. But when you've been in that position, these are regular things that you talk about and discuss. That's why I can relate to the AP on the wrist. I can relate to the PJs and the nice cars and stuff like that. I've experienced these things at a high level for years, homie. You're just now slowly experiencing these type of things. So it's new to you. I get it.
I've been on a PJ more than you by at least probably 100 times more than you. Number one. Number two, I could give a fuck less about a PJ or a car or a wrist on my whatever the fuck's on my wrist.
Love cars. Don't lie about the car part. Stop.
Yeah, but I'm not buying no stupid ass Maybach for fucking $400K though when I could get 3 fucking legit ass fucking something I actually like. That I'm not wearing something on my wrist to say it cost this much.
Homie, you got 5 cars in your lot for no reason and won't give your calls none of them. And I'm over here struggling with my car. That's crazy. You just keep buying cars for no reason, homie. Wasting money.
I don't have 5 cars.
You got a fucking Mist fan in the back of your fucking backyard. For what?
I got a what?
You got a mist spray. You got your whole back of your roof just got mist. It's on a time. It's on a time, y'all. Like every, I don't know, 5 minutes. It
just. I had one of those.
I know you did.
I had an LS 500.
You got a full court basketball court with JB on your gated fence. JB on there. 2 expensive ass dogs. When people come over, you spend thousands of dollars on food. You got fucking 3 grills, a flat grill, a regular grill. You got a gas grill, a charcoal grill. You got a damn brand new kitchen, brand new floor, brand new ceiling. You got some other stuff I ain't gonna talk about.
Let me ask something.
You got to get a pool in the back.
Why is everything?
You got a fucking par 4 next to your house, homie.
Why is everything
talking about?
Why does everything go back to the mist though?
That's the one that made you different. That's the one that separated you. People don't have that at their house, homie.
Can I talk about what Shedeur should have been doing in that video?
Here you go. Come on, coach. Let's hear it, coach.
He should have been taking 3-step drop under center.
Here we go.
That's what I would have been doing. I'd have been like, fuck this. Like real shit. Let's be honest. Real quick. I'm not even gonna troll, homie. You didn't get your name called. I don't want to be around your motherfucking asses, homie. That's me. I'm just talking about me. I didn't get my name called. I'm supposed to get my name called. In my opinion, I didn't get my name called. Hey, dog, party's over. It is what it is. Appreciate you all coming out, man, and supporting me. But I got to get on my grind. I'm going to go to bed pissed. I'm going to wake up fucking hotter, and I'm going to go get on this grind. If somebody calls me and drafts me, Pops, let me know. I don't even want to – I'm not sitting around TV watching no more. I already missed the first round. It's time to get on my grind. If I don't get scooped up, it is what it is. I'm sure I'll get in the supplemental or whatever. That's how I'm thinking. I'm just saying. Now, I'm sure he's going to get scooped up. I'm just saying. Like, let's be honest. That's the mentality I'm talking to about, Smitty. I'm referring to. Fuck the club rap fucking scene, homie. Fuck the necklace. I'm going to go out and get this shit cracking. I'm getting on my shit. I'm getting on my tip, as we once said in the hood. I'm getting on my tip. Motherfucker ain't on your tip, homie. You're not on your tip. Tom Brady told you that shit 2 years ago. You didn't listen. Shannon Sharp didn't listen to Monique. Don't fuck with these young white girls. Go get you a fucking older broad. Didn't listen. Now he resigns at ESPN. I'm just saying, homie. But what do I know? That's just me.
I guess as an athlete, you don't have any free time to do like other things. I guess as an athlete, I guess JB. I guess JB spent every hour. I guess JB woke up at 5 a.m. He went outside for a 3-mile run. He went to hit weights. He came back, took a shower, had a small breakfast. He went in and watched film for hours. Got him with film. He went workout number 2. Did some cone drills, threw the ball, did some 7-on-7s wide receivers. Came back, showered, ate again. Watched some more film, got done with the film. I guess your whole day was just football. I guess you never talked to the host. I guess you never played the video. You never played the Sega Genesis back in the day, back in your time, and Mortal Kombat. I guess you never went to the movies, went out to eat with nobody, never spent no time with the family, never did anything fun, never went play. Your whole day was just football, 24/7, I guess. So I apologize for that. I guess it was a different era. I know I had time away from football when I played football, and football was my life. But I had time away when I went out with my teammates, and we went to parties. We went to Brothers Bar and Grill. We went out to different activity, movies, out to eat, and spent some time doing different things. That's what I did during my time. I enjoyed my time as a college athlete, as a high school athlete. But I guess JB, in your era, y'all were so just football. Y'all were so tough and Billy Badass. It was all football. So I apologize for that. I'm glad you educated us on that. Hopefully Shedeur listens to you and he just goes straight football, nothing else. Get the fuck out of here, homie. Cut that.
You're actually right.
Cut that, Paris.
You're actually right. And that's unfortunate. That's what the game's turned into. A bunch of soft pussies.
I know your homies, homie. I talk to your homies behind the scenes. You a liar. You spent time away. You spent time at strip club. You spent time chasing these hoes around. You spent time in the car parking lot pimping. You spent time going to the movie. You spent time doing stuff outside of football, homie. It just wasn't on camera. Keep it real, Jason.
No,
keep it real, Jason.
No, you're wrong.
You was out there banging in the streets. Let's keep it real. It's the real show Planet ERF, homie. At least he ain't in the streets doing what you was doing, homie. He making songs. Go ahead, Jason.
I did all that after my work was done, not before. That's the difference.
Hold on. Can I go? Can I go? The work is never done, homie.
Especially for Shedeur. He's still trying to get drafted. Oh, I got burned the fuck out of. God damn.
Man, the work is never done, homie.
Popped on me.
This ugly. What's going on right here, homie?
Take a listen, homie.
Stupid publicity. That's what it is. Fine. I was looking.
Homie, that might be the funniest shit I've ever.
What's Ash doing? Oh, that's wow.
Huh?
Big ass tongue.
He smelled cat, homie.
Jazzy Jazz probably like that. I probably do something for her. That's
smelled
crazy.
cat. He smelled cat.
Ash is cool though. He a big ass baby.
He smelled cat.
How old is Ash now in American years? 3?
2.5.
Man, he's still young.
Yeah.
So football years, he what? He like what? 18?
Times 7, so 21, almost 20, 18, 19.
Like 19. So
Yeah.
Ash just with the prom then.
You were right. Yeah, about 18, 19.
Just with the prom.
Yeah. You said American years though. Was it?
Fucked up. I'm gonna say dog year. My fault. Yeah, y'all know players fuck up.
I thought you were like Chinese years or Mexican
Hey,
years.
the chat will call you out quick though. Like the chat be sitting there like, "Oh, I can't wait to Jason Darnell."
No, yeah, they be like
No,
racing.
he's an American.
They're racing a motherfucker like they're ready to like hear the gunshot. Wow.
American, you said American, dumbass. They be over there like,
It's embarrassing. I get embarrassed for sometimes when motherfuckers make comments and I'm like, damn, homie. Is that what you live by? That means you get no pussy. You have no money. You have no cars, no yachts, no bitches, no hoes, no money, no counts. No, like, damn, homie. That's all you
that's like a
do.
song. Hold on, keep going a little bit. I was like, you was flowing a little bit.
Got no money, no yachts, no hoes, no bitches, no pussy. You live with moms on the basement, never talk. Bullshit. All the
That's the hook.
Yeah.
need a
Real
big
fast though. That new mumble rap shit, but we said the hook's fast.
No ass, no titty, no grass, no cars, no clothes.
Yeah.
Hold on, we might have just did something. Where's Spree at, homie?
Hey,
We gotta
homie.
stop playing. Where's Spree
I know
at?
this. I know this.
What?
My shit sound better than that Shedeur weak ass shit.
No, homie. I gotta hear the completed song, homie. AP on my wrist.
AP on my wrist. AP on my wrist. I didn't get drafted. I ain't second round. I ain't look like Gorgon. I speak like this. Like that's the rap. E-Dub's in the house. E-Dub popped on the show last night.
What's good? What's good, Dub?
Talked about the Rams not drafting Shedeur as just obvious. A lot of people thought Rams were going to take Shedeur. I laughed and almost shitted. How dumb of a take some people think.
Please explain what a great move the Rams did by trading back to get a first for next year and now positioned to make a move for one of the QBs next year. Sick. JB, dive into this, and I'm going to support you. Back it up. Let's go. Break it down.
Support me to the full, no matter if you don't like it or not.
Yep.
E-Dub came on. We talked about this in specificity.
Just say specific and keep it there.
Is that how it would be said?
I don't know. Keep it specific.
So specifically, I discussed this topic, and I said next year's draft class for quarterbacks would be better. Why would you take a guy now when the Rams are this close to beating the Eagles? You need a guy that helps you win now. Shedeur doesn't do that. Jackson Dart doesn't do that. Milroe doesn't do that. No quarterback in this draft does that when you have Stafford and re-signed Jimmy G, who took a team to a Super Bowl himself. So guess what we do? We go get someone better or make a pick like this that is basically chess versus checkers, and that is what he did last night. McVay is ahead of the game. He's a top 5 NFL coach, in my opinion, at a young age as well. He's one of those young OG, old school, old soul guys. Way ahead of Shanahan, way ahead of Shanahan. And that's where he's at. And, man, love the move for my Rams. E-Dub called it. We're going to curious to see what the Rams do in the rest of the draft and what they actually go after. Probably a tight end, I would assume, maybe, or some secondary players, as E-Dub alluded to last night. They need safety help, corner help. You never can have enough of those two things.
Yeah.
So what a move by McVay and the Rams.
McVay's a bad boy, man. I mean,
well, let's give credit to Snead as well. Snead
he doesn't
get talked about enough, in my opinion. He doesn't get talked about enough, in my opinion, regarding the things he's done in later rounds.
Yeah.
Where all the shit goes to Howie Roseman and the Chiefs on what they do. This man has done a lot, especially after getting rid of Goff for Stafford, winning immediately. Should have beat the Patriots. Should have 2 rings, but it is what it is. Right now, him and Sirianni are on the top. They've both been to 2, 1 each. We'll see. Future holds.
You called him top 5, and I don't think he's number 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, within that top, I just think, man, and not just the draft. Don't forget they picked up Devontae Adams earlier this year. Don't forget they found the way to re-sign Matthew Stafford when there were reports that he might be out of L.A. It's like they're winning the offseason. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about the draft. It's the offseason. Because now the Rams, to me, in my humble opinion, if you look at what they did last year, you look at the additions they made this year, I think they have a team that could potentially make it to the big game this year. Let's say that happens. And then next year they turn around, they get a first-round pick and a better draft with deeper talent. It's just like they're thinking about the now and the future simultaneously and making moves that supports both. So, I mean, shout out to what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm a Colts fan, of course, but I live in L.A., so I support the Rams, you know, right down the street from them. So, I think it's dope. I think it's dope what they built, what they're doing, and yeah, man. Shout out to them.
No doubt. We'll see what happens with them going forward. Today's going to be interesting. I want to discuss this Cleveland Browns right out the gate. There's reports out there that Shedeur could not be taken by the Cleveland Browns, and they may be taking someone else. Bailey, if we got a picture of it.
This is all just a guessing game at this point, y'all. It's been a guessing game, but at this point, it's extremely just a guessing game. And I don't even want, like, there's no point even we don't know. I think we're going to sit around and wait. You know, I don't think he's going to the Browns either. I don't know if that it doesn't even sound. It doesn't make sense. But like, we're going to sit around and just wait and see what happens. And whenever he gets picked up, it's going to be a beautiful thing for him. And then at that point, it's like, all right, all the little attention, all that, throw that away. It's time to go play ball. And let's see who you are. Let's see.
Let's bet it. Pull it up, Bailey, if you can. I want to bet it on BetUS if we can, Bailey, Smitty. We're going to bet some things today. It's round 2. The over, the under that the Browns take Shedeur versus Jalen Milroe, who's creeped into the discussion in this thing. I don't know what the odds are. We'll pull it up. But where are you at? If you were a betting man and you just had those 2 choices, who are you taking as a Cleveland? I'm just saying, Cleveland Browns taking a quarterback. That's what we know. We don't. I'm just saying, if they're taking a quarterback, who do you have?
If I'm doing it, it's obvious I'm going Shedeur. But I don't know, man. The energy around Shedeur seems weird right now. It just feels like the league is looking at him differently than maybe I'm looking at him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if the Browns went with Jalen Milroe just based upon this everything that's like we're seeing. But to me, common sense is that you go with Shedeur. He's a better quarterback. Like, regardless of how y'all feel about it, like I think we all can agree in the chat, Shedeur is better than Jalen Milroe. Like, so, you know what I mean? So if you want a quarterback and those are your options, you go with Shedeur. It's simple and plain. I don't really think there's anything else to dive into right there. But I don't know. This drive has been crazy.
It's not very good. See, that's the thing about it, Smitty. The draft isn't very good. It might be deep, but there's not a guy that we all look at and say, fuck, man, we got to have this motherfucker. He's like unbelievable. Like, you're looking at
other than Travis and Abdul, in my opinion. I think outside of them, it's just kind of been like a lot of good players.
Like Howard came on yesterday and said, like, there's not 32 first-round picks or grades. There's probably not even, like, Weddle came on and said it's probably not even 20. And each team has contingencies upon contingencies on who they select. And if somebody else selects that guy they had on their board, where does the contingency go? Who's the next guy on the board? Who do I go to? This doesn't have that. So it is what it is, in my opinion. So I don't know. Bailey, do we have this right here? Let me see. The Cleveland Browns have the best odds, according to certain other folks, not BetUS. But we're going to use BetUS.
I don't care about that, really.
Yeah, we're going to use BetUS. That's only on some other offshore sites. BetUS odds are different, so head on over to BetUS TV today. Man, Smitty, to my opening statement, do you take a Milroe who's more athletic, who can get you out of trouble on a team that has a huge contract issue with their current quarterback who's not going to play this year? We cannot forget that's what's happening here. This guy hasn't been released. They haven't opened up that money. That guy's owed money. That guy has a huge burden on the cap. There's a huge issue at the quarterback's position in Cleveland. So I wouldn't be shocked if they don't even fucking touch the QB position.
Right. That's where I'm at. I'm not sold that they're going to go quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I think they're doing to try to just, build upon like the rest of those positions and just try to lead through the defense and try to win that way. Yeah, I don't, because like you said, at this point, it's not a deep draft. There's no quarterbacks that's like just stand out there who you're like, oh, I really need this person. So I don't know. Like I say, I kind of want to just. What time does the draft start? Has it started?
No.
Early today or what? Okay, I didn't know what time it comes on.
I think it's tonight, right?
Oh, it's tonight. Okay, gotcha. So maybe that's day 3 that I'm thinking about. It comes on like where it's like
weekend, Saturday,
weekend,
Saturday, Sunday,
no, for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I think my coach probably made one of the best moves though in the draft. I know we spoke about it a little earlier though. But honestly, man, getting Tyler Warren, I think you had him going super high in your mock draft, and I think that's for a reason because you think again you're thinking that he could be maybe a potential Brock Bowers-esque type person, George Kittle-esque type of cat, and the thing about quarterbacks like a Daniel Jones, AR5, really any quarterbacks, honestly, but especially guys like that, having that safety net at tight end is key. You know what I'm saying? That guy who you can just, who can box out their defenders, that short-handed guy, and you can just do so much with him, man. I think he's gonna really help out my coach this year. We just got to figure out the quarterback position. I don't know who's gonna start between. I'm assuming it's Daniel Jones. But regardless, this cat, I think Shane Steichen will find ways to utilize Tyler Warren, get on the ball in space, move him around, flex him out, just, and really, kind of confuse defenses a little bit there. So I'm excited for this pickup. I think the coach got this right. And I think Jason just froze. Am I froze or Jason's froze? Oh, Jason's froze here. So we'll take him out and bring him back in. Look at it. We should screenshot it almost. That's kind of a cool picture, though. I almost want to just keep him in here. This is a hell of a picture right here, homie. Hey, homie. Listen, homie. Shedeur didn't get drafted. Man, I don't know what's going on with this little cheap Wi-Fi, man. He got that Spectrum over there. He over there. Y'all say I'm in the hood. It looked like JB's in the hood as many times as his Wi-Fi didn't went off. But listen, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, though, y'all. When we come back, man, we got some more to Coach JB show in our final hour. We got special guests coming on too, man, to talk all things Jaguars. So quick commercial break. Jason, go take a pee. We'll come right back.
Peace.
Looking on the board here, Smitty's Baltimore Ravens. I have a question for you, and I meant to ask you this earlier. Who is a better passer, Lamar or Shedeur Sanders?
Passer?
Yeah, like actual quarterback. Because I know you knock Lamar so much for him not being a traditional quarterback. How would you compare Lamar to Shedeur Sanders, JB? I'm curious. Tough. I mean, not a same player at all, but I'm just curious.
I mean, mechanically and pure passer, I would say Shedeur is probably better. As far as a mechanically passer. Now, Lamar has a better arm, stronger arm, quicker release, and obviously he's going to make plays when it counts. Shedeur doesn't have any of that in him. So, but as far as just 7-on-7, if I drop back and threw the ball, I think Shedeur can throw is a better passer. Lamar's a better thrower of the ball because he can throw it from every platform possible. Sidearm, fucking 3/4. Right. But Lamar's a Heisman Trophy winner and a couple-time MVP.
We know Lamar's a freakazoid. Don't get it twisted.
So that goes. But as far as just throwing the football, passing it, Shedeur could be a better passer, but that's college and it's a different ball game. Can he be a better passer in the NFL? I don't know if we'll ever see that. So, it's not a comparison to Q. It just is the question was specific to the chat, and so the passing of the football, Shedeur has a better delivery, blah blah blah, probably even more accurate. But he doesn't have the arm strength, doesn't have the platform delivery availability. He doesn't have a lot of the things that Lamar has. So
definitely.
But it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be very interesting here as we get to.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who has spoke to every single NCAA college football 2025 team seemingly on the internet. From Last Chance U, national champion, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach!
What's up, gentlemen?
Coach, just great car, great stick. Thank you for pulling off to the side of the road. Hope you don't get killed here. Honestly, the side of the road, LA, I assume, that's not necessarily the safest place on earth. So we'll make this quick. How do you feel about all of these new coaches now in this NCAA college football 2025 game using your speeches to motivate these boys from one side of the country to the other, Coach?
I feel broke.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Can I get like a royalty or something? Like, Netflix already screwed me. I'm getting screwed by EA Sports now too? Like, holy shit. I hit him up. I reached out to him like, hey, trying to be cordial and nice. I'm a nice guy, you know me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, EA Sports, maybe I can actually be your video guy, the actual do a real video instead of using my name, image, and likeness.
Oh, shit.
And maybe I can get a little piece of the pie, but nah, it's all right. Just keep sharing my 500 million views of it.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but obviously you are a hilarious, miserable person, and this is kind of is how it goes.
Hey, Pat, I was actually chilling. My back went out yesterday, so I didn't even do my show today. So I just left my chiropractor, and I'm waiting on this damn cigar company to open. They're late, of course. I mean, come on.
Shit. Okay, so life is good. Last question for me, because I know the last time we talked to you, you had not watched the Netflix series Last Chance U. You said that. You said, I've not watched it, but obviously you've heard from everybody. Now, do you see some clips that come across your way? You're like, I don't remember saying that. And then all of a sudden, oh, I killed that. And do you judge your clips whenever you see them? You're like, I murdered that one.
Nah. A broad came over the house the other day, and I didn't really want to watch Netflix with her and chill. But she wanted to watch the show. We watched one episode.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can't watch this.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. It was the first scene of the cow scene or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, they only made about $4 billion off my name on this shit. I'm not watching Netflix either. So I'm spiteful right now, Pat. I don't want to watch Netflix. I don't want to watch EA Sports video game. I'm like, man, and I can't even get 40,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Well, you're going to the moon. We appreciate the hell out of you, Coach. Hopefully it'll get figured out, and we know the Netflix and chill thing, what that leads to. Bad backs, chiropractors. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach.
Yes, sir. We are back in the building, Smitty. We got one of the best draft analysts on Planet ERF, on the realest show on Planet ERF. Specifically with the Jags, but he does mock drafts and is a pretty good, accurate one at that. Let's bring our main man in here, man. Tony Pauline joins the show. Can't thank him enough. Tony, how you doing, brother?
Okay, thanks for having me. I wasn't overly accurate last night, but that's okay.
I don't think anybody was. Yeah, I don't think anybody was, other than me saying Shadeur wouldn't get drafted in the first round. Where are you at with what's going on here in the second round? Cleveland's 2 of the first 4, correct? I know you've already made your mocks on pretty much every round I think you've done, but where you at with round 2 as it starts here in a few hours?
I think what's interesting with Cleveland is, do they take a quarterback at the top of round 2? Or do they say, well, we got that extra first-round pick in 2026. We're going to wait. And if they do take a quarterback, which one is it going to be? I mean, obviously, Shedeur Sanders is still out there. We can talk about him. Jalen Milroe's still out there, a guy that's got incredible talent and incredible upside. Tyler Shuck is still out there. They got their interior pass rusher last night? Do they go for another guy on the outside edge rusher? Do they take a running back? So Cleveland with those 2 early picks in round 2, it's going to be interesting, especially at the quarterback spot, because a lot of people, including myself, thought that this would be the area where they would take a signal caller.
That's a good point, Smitty. He makes a great point to me, because that's what I was saying earlier. I don't know if you're going to get from underneath what's currently going on there with Deshaun Watson, the contract cap, all that shit, I think weighs heavily on this decision. And you make a great point. I said the same thing. Next year's class, to me, is much better. I think this class for quarterbacks is not a good one at all. I think it's actually one of the worst ones I've seen. Next year is a better one. I think you're going to be in a similar predicament unless you go out and win with Flacco. I don't know how you're going to go out here and win 10, 11, 12 games and not draft in a similar fashion next year, right?
I mean, it depends, yes. And now they have that extra first-round pick. It's the advantage of taking a quarterback at the top of round 2 with Jalen Milroe, somebody like that, is he's basically going to sit behind Flacco for a year, and he can learn. And they've won before with Joe Flacco. So there's no reason to think that they can't do it again. But again, and you mentioned on paper, the quarterback class in 2026 looks much better. But things don't always work out on paper, come to fruition, as we've seen. I mean, you look at this year's quarterback class, we thought that Jalen Milroe would have been a much better prospect, should have been a first-round pick. Never happened. There's the Shedeur Sanders story. I mean, did not play all that well in 2024. He's on the outside looking in. So, yes, it looks great on paper, but that doesn't always translate once the season starts.
No doubt.
For sure. Let me ask you, I know you are the Jags expert as well. Were you surprised at all about them trading up to grab Travis, or did you kind of have some insight going into the draft that could be a possibility?
I had reported all along, not for Travis Hunter, but their draft strategy really throughout this entire selection process is they were going to look to draft as many skilled players and playmakers to surround Trevor Lawrence with as much talent as possible as they could. They probably should have done it a long time ago rather than waiting now. But that was their objective, which is why everyone thought Ashton Genty. Did I have an inkling that they were going to move up to get Travis Hunter? No, I'd be a liar if I said they did. But, they got a potential premier player, a potential outstanding wide receiver to pair with the kid from LSU that they took last year. Brian, exactly. Now, they gave away a lot. So Travis Hunter better produce and better live up to expectations, because when you give away that much draft capital for a player like Travis Hunter, if it doesn't work out, that's what gets people fired.
Do you think, based upon them giving away so much to go get him, that they're probably going to allow him to try to play both sides, like in your opinion?
I think he's a receiver first and primarily a receiver. Maybe they put him on the field in dime packages. Maybe they put him on the field as a return specialist. Is he going to be a full-time two-way player? No one's going to be able to do that in the NFL. Travis Hunter or anybody else.
No doubt. I agree with you. So Cleveland has the first pick today. You'd be shocked if they take QB.
I don't know that I would be shocked. I mean, they've got that pick and they have the 36th pick. I think it's got to be a consideration because, like I said, any QB that they take at the top of round 2, they're not going to ask to start week 1. You've got Flacco there, which I thought was probably their best offseason move. They probably should have done it early on. I think they just didn't want to eat crow because of letting Flacco go in 2024. Right. I think it's got to be a consideration. I think offensive line has got to be a consideration. I think running back's got to be a consideration. Eventually, an edge rusher.
Yeah, I feel like they need so much. Let me ask you this: going back, I guess, to yesterday to round 1. For you, What were the biggest surprises, or if any, of any guys that got picked up? I know one name comes to my mind is Emeka Ibuka, wide receiver from Ohio State. A lot of people didn't see him getting drafted so early. But for you, were there anybody who like stood out?
Yeah, Ibuka wasn't a surprise to me because I thought Green Bay could take him at 23. I thought Houston was going to look at him at 25. It was a surprise because Tampa really didn't make any noise about him. He didn't go visit Tampa on a private visit. He didn't play in the Senior Bowl because Ohio State was in that national championship game. Him being in the first round was not a surprise. To Tampa Bay was a bit of a surprise. Obviously, I think that that Jacksonville trading up was a bit of a surprise. I think Carolina taking Ted McMillan was a surprise, but for me, it was a good surprise because I am a huge fan of McMillan. I think he's a game controlling receiver. He's a smart receiver. I thought he was being underrated outside scouting circles. So I really thought that Carolina really did a good job with that selection. I mean, some of the guys that went later on in the first round, the tackle from the Kansas City took from Ohio State, Josh Simmons. He was getting first-round grades. I like Tyleik Williams, the big interior defensive tackle. There weren't any crazy third-round guys on my board that ended up in the first round. I think Will Johnson not going in the first round was a surprise, but he has the injury situation. I think Nick Emenawari, the big safety, the athletic safety from South Carolina, being on the outside looking in the first round was a bit of a surprise, but I'm sure teams look at him, 6'3", 220 pounds. Yes, he's a great athlete, but where are we going to use him? Is he a safety? Is he a one-gap linebacker? Is he a free safety? Is he a strong safety? That was a bit of a surprise. Michael Green not going in the late part of round one, despite all the off-the-field issues, was also a bit of a surprise.
I love it, man. So, man, let me ask you this. Going back to McMillan real quick, you said you're pretty high on him. Do you think McMillan is the best receiver out of this draft here?
He was always rated as the top receiver on my draft board, bar none. I thought he was top 5 talent at one point in time. I came off of that a little bit after the 40. But just watch the Arizona film. The past 2 years, the guy has been a dominant a dominant game controlling receiver. Opponents knew the ball was going to be thrown in his way. They couldn't stop him. He's also smart. I mean, he's a smart guy that does a great job reading defenses, finding the open spot, setting up his defender, and finding ways to separate.
So why do you think there was so many critics that's like, I feel like in the recent months, just going at him and finding reasons why you shouldn't draft him so high? I feel like in leading up to the draft, only thing I was seeing on my timeline was like little negative shots at the reasons why. He doesn't watch film and all this noise.
Well, he made that comment a couple of years ago, which didn't sit well. I think what happens is, with the draft being so far away from the combine and pro day workouts, people tend to find ways to manufacture holes in players' games that really don't exist. And, this is a year-long project for me. I mean, in 2 weeks, I'll start watching film to get ready for the 2026 draft. So I base it on a year's worth of film, and I have sometimes 2-3 years of notes on these guys. I think some of these people will watch a few YouTube highlights, and then they follow along. Whatever one person says, everybody else just follows along.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something real quick. The Giants, I want you to help me make it make sense here. There has to be some sort of gentleman's agreement behind closed doors that Brian Daboll is going to get an extended period of time here for him to take a QB and draft and move up with some picks and movement here. And then you take Jackson Dart, which is telling to me, is what I've kind of been alluding to with Shedeur, but they got a lot of holes here in New York with the Giants. I don't see why you take a Q at that spot when you move up. I think you make a better roster decision and fill a hole. Am I missing something here?
I agree with you. And I was actually at the Giants facility for more than 3 hours on Wednesday night. It was a ghost town. We did a bunch of stuff there. I tend to agree with you, but I think both the owner and the front office realize that they need to get a quarterback there for the future. And they like Jackson Dart. And really, they didn't give away that much. I mean, they gave away, I think it was the 99th pick in tonight's day 2, which was a compensatory pick, gave away a third rounder and some late round picks. So overall, I would agree with you. But you look at the price that the Giants paid to move up and get a quarterback compared to what Jacksonville paid to move up and get Travis Hunter. I thought it was a good move by the Giants. And the fact is this, they signed Russell Wilson for a year. The media in this town is going to concentrate on Abdul Carter. They're not going to be concentrating on Jackson Dart because Jackson Dart is not expected to be a week 1 starter. So I think, the move was good. Now the question is, can they develop Jackson Dart? Can they basically help him progress and improve his game to be the Giants starting quarterback of the future? That's something we don't know.
And Vinny the Gabagool himself, they ain't going to hold 4. So he's probably going to be moved or shipped or released, right? At this point.
Who's that?
Vinny DaVincio or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you would think so. I mean, yeah. The chicken cutlet guy, right? I mean, he's a novelty. I mean, he's basically a fan favorite, but yeah, he's not you would think so. In my opinion, he got he was in the right place at the right time. He's just not an NFL starting quarterback.
What do you think? Go ahead. I got a quick question about the Steelers. Like, what do you think the Steelers are going to do, or what's their plan for quarterback? Like, the fact that they didn't go QB, is that like a telltale sign that Aaron Rodgers, you think, is probably like behind closed doors, he's going there, or what's your take?
No, because even if they had drafted Shedeur Sanders with the 21st pick, you're not relying on Shedeur Sanders to be your week 1 starter in 2025. If you were, it's more worse things could happen than good things, because this is a veteran team that needs a leader at the quarterback position. I think the further it goes along, I think the less the Steelers even want to deal with the headache of Aaron Rodgers. That's what I had written basically a week and a half before the draft, that he's becoming a headache that they don't want to deal with as this drags on. I mean, you got to look at Kirk Cousins. I mean, would they trade for Kirk Cousins? You got to feel that eventually Atlanta's going to want to move him. That could come in a couple of weeks. I think the Kirk Cousins trade will come down to the team that is willing to pay the lion's share of his salary. That's got to be an option as well.
Let me ask you this real quick. Dallas holds the 44th pick, I believe, today, which is the first few picks. They didn't make a splash trade up. They didn't do some things Jerry Jones alluded to. It's like shit or get out the pot time for this this organization, right? Like, what are they going to do here? Are they going to? I mean, there's not really much movement. They're going to move up, and they got the pick right after. I mean, Cleveland. Those first few. What do the Dallas Cowboys need? They need O-line. They need another.
Well, they don't need O-line now.
They got a guard. They good. They got 3 Tylers, right? Tyler Booger, Tyler Guyton, and Tyler Smith.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard to replace Zach Martin. I like the guard grab, but they need another outside guy for Dak to go along with CD. I think they got to get a big-time running back of some sort or get Young. Where do they go here?
They got Dowdle. He's all right.
Well, you just mentioned 2 positions. I mean, does Luther Burden, the receiver from Missouri, happen to fall to them when they select a 44? If it's not Luther Burden, could it be one of the Ohio State running backs, either Quinshawn Junkins or Travion Henderson? I know that they want another defensive lineman, so that is a position that I think they could look at. Either a skill player or defensive line, I would suspect, for the Cowboys with the 44th pick of the draft.
Nice. And then Smitty's Colts are 45 today. They got Tyler Warren. Obviously, they got AR5 and Daniel Jones now, so that's solidified. They probably don't go Q unless you think they are in the market for a Q down the line here. With there's only been 2.
I think we go backer, corner. I think backer in my opinion.
Could be linebacker with Carson Schlesinger. I know that they want to get another offensive lineman in there. Yeah. Jonas Savianea of Arizona, that would be a good selection for them. They also need a safety. If Nick Emenawari is still there, what do they think of him? Would they take Emenawari? Is he a good fit for their system?
Like it. A popular choice here and a team that is obviously along with America's team and the Cowboys are the Raiders. The Raiders always have a following. They're at number 37 today, right out the gate here. What do you think Pete Carroll does at 73 years old? He's got to win now. I don't believe he's going to go after a Q. I don't believe he's going to do. I think he's going after things that make their team better now, similar to what I thought the Giants should do. Where do you think the Raiders are moving?
I don't think a quarterback's out of the question. I don't think Shedeur Sanders is out of the question there, because even with Geno Smith, they need somebody to groom for the future. And who better to groom Shedeur Sanders than Geno Smith, a guy who, when he was in the draft, was projected as a first rounder, ended up in the second round, muddled around the league, finally had some success late in the career. So I would not discount that. They need offensive linemen and they need receivers. I mean, the team really doesn't have a number one receiver.
They have no receivers. Thank you.
So they take Ashton Genty. You got Geno Smith there. You better protect him and you better give him some weapons to throw to. There's a lot of problems with the Raiders. They have a left tackle who's holding out. Christian Wilkins, there's problems with his foot, which I wrote about earlier this week, which I thought may have forced them to take Mason Graham, who was selected right before they were called to the clock. So there's a lot of issues going on with the Raiders.
Interesting. We don't want to ask you about every team, but there's some teams that are popular. I got to ask you about a team that fell a little short after having a great, phenomenal season last year. They get rid of their quarterback and Sam Darnold. The Vikings, they got number 38 today, right after the Raiders. Where do they go? They're obviously a team full of depth, and they have a lot of great moving parts already. What are they missing, I guess, that they can grab in the second round to get back relevant?
They took the offensive lineman last night. I think they got to look cornerback. Now, this is not a good cornerback draft, because of injuries and other issues. Is Will Johnson there? Is the kid is Benjamin Morrison of Notre Dame there? Do you roll the dice with those guys? Terrific players in 2022, 2023, prospects that we thought, could potentially be top 10 picks. Both of them were injured. They've got injury red flags. They didn't play well, but the Vikings always seem to be in need of a cornerback, so that's a position where they could look towards.
You mentioned Will Johnson, Smitty. Are you surprised he fell out of round one? Was it the injuries? What was it? And are you surprised if he don't go quickly today?
Well, obviously the big issues were the injuries. I wrote about that a couple days before the draft. He's got a knee issue, which is a concern. And the fact is, he didn't really play well when he was on the field last season. He played about 7 games. They played him backed off the line of scrimmage. I know he had a turf toe injury as well last season. At times, he just looked very disinterested. I think he's going to go within the first 10 to 15 picks today. If he doesn't, that means that those injuries are major. The problem with the cornerback position, you look at some of the guys that have come out of, especially Ohio State, Eli Apple, players like that. When you are coming into the draft at the cornerback position off of a bad season, sometimes it's a very tough hill to climb to get back to the top to where people thought you should be and would be.
Interesting.
No, it definitely is, man. It definitely is. If you had to pick, I mean, it's only been one round. So, but I guess up from the first round, who would you say were the biggest winners, biggest losers of the first round so far?
I mean, still early. I think the Giants with Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart are big winners. The fact is this: the league is quarterback crazy, but I've been in the draft business for more than close to 30 years. And there was a time 20 years ago where teams wanted that impact defensive player. That was the coveted spot when you came to the draft. That's exactly what the Giants got with Abdul Carter. I thought the Jets getting Armand Membu with the 7th selection. They needed a right tackle. I think Membu is going to turn out to be the best offensive lineman in this year's draft. He's got that much upside. Plus, he's a good player. I already mentioned the Panthers with Ted McMillan. The Falcons is interesting. They get Jalen Walker, which I thought was great value at 15. Then they move back into the first round to select James Pierce. They give away a first-round pick in 2026. So it's a bit of a gamble. But if Pierce and Jalen Walker can play up to their potential, can really realize and become the players everybody thinks they can be, wow. I mean, Atlanta's hit a home run with 2 outstanding pass rushers.
No doubt. Where are you at in this whole thing with the QB position in Pittsburgh if Aaron Rodgers and Tomlin don't have a gentleman's agreement handshake behind closed doors that we don't know about? And are they going to go after a Kirk Cousins or somebody like that? Or are they going to still be in the market here for a youngster?
I think both. I think, number one, as I said before, once Kirk Cousins is on the trading block, I do believe the Steelers will be active. And as I said previously, I think Kirk Cousins will go to the team that's willing to eat most of his salary that's due him in 2025. I also do believe that at some point in time, either today or round 4, the Steelers will address the quarterback position. I know they like Kyle McCord out of Syracuse, but again, a guy like McCord, he's going to have to sit on the bench for at least a year and learn to really develop his game. No quarterback that the Steelers drafted, whether it was Shedeur Sanders at 21 or anybody on day 2, they expect to be a week 1 starter.
Let me ask you about this. So, if I'm wrong, I don't know, but did Kirk Cousins not get re-signed to some sort of monies in Atlanta to stay? And are you hearing that he will be on the block after OTAs?
Yeah, I think I'm not an expert on it, but I know that they paid him the $10 million signing bonus, and I think that there is a date where and I may need to be corrected on this. I'm a draft guy. There's a date where the no trade clause ends, and he can be traded. I believe it's like the first week of May, so it's soon after the draft.
Interesting. Our producer said they would have to pay us $27.8 million or something like that.
Right, and whichever team is willing to pay the lion's share of that is the team that the Falcons will trade Cousins to.
Interesting. This is a deep running back class. We thought it was a great pass rushing class, running back class. Those were probably the 2 deepest. Lighter on the QB and wide receiver crew. We've seen a lot of O-line, D-line taken. Surprised in that regard at all? And the lack of wideouts, kind of what we expected in the QB room. You expect this to change second round?
Well, first of all, am I surprised about the offensive lineman going early? No, that's the offensive. Everyone talks about the quarterbacks. Yet it's defensive linemen, cornerbacks, and offensive linemen are always a priority on draft day. You need 5 good offensive linemen. Most teams barely have 3 or 4. So that's why they are selected in such large numbers. As far as the running backs are concerned, I only expected 2 running backs to come off the board in round 1. I think you may see a half dozen or more come off the board within the next 2 rounds on day 2.
Damn. Great insight, man. Any shot at all Trevor Lawrence is not your quarterback next year?
Well, I don't know. I'm not. I do a lot of work with Jacksonville, but I'm in New York, so I think most of these moves are geared, or the move for Ashton Genty, and I think moves over the course of the next 2 days. I think the Jaguars will take a running back at some point in the draft. They're all geared towards improving Trevor Lawrence's game and really getting him to the level everyone thought he would be when he was selected in 2021, when he was, I believe, rightfully or justifiably anointed as a franchise quarterback.
No doubt. Yeah. Man, great insight, man. Everybody make sure you guys go follow him on X. And what else you got going real quick, so let everybody know.
Yeah, at sportskeeda.com, we'll have a lot of notes leading. In fact, I was writing them before I hopped on your show as to what to expect today. We'll have some post-draft reviews. Those are always fun. Which players went higher than everyone thought, which players fell and why they fell. And then we'll have a couple of team-by-team reviews May and June before we start to gear up for the 2026 draft.
That's
Never
crazy,
stop.
man. It never stops. So let's keep it going. So
yeah. Man, Tony, I can't thank you enough for hopping on a Friday, man, and hopefully we can get you on again during the season or something.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me. Enjoy the rest of the draft.
You too, bro. Have a good one. Man, Tony Pauline, man, draft specialist right there.
He said he plans like a year in advance. Like he's already getting straight to 2026. Like that's how you really work, man.
Never stops. Never stops, man. Shay is in the news, Smitty.
Is he?
Unc basically said he's stepping away from ESPN right now until this thing all ends. New reports have come out, Smitty, that basically him and this accuser basically just had an agreed, if I'm not mistaken, Smitty, you know better than me. I knew you knew right away. That's crazy how you knew right away because you go on Reddit. BDSM affairs, over 100 of them, and that's all their agreement was. I'm going to come over, BDSM girl. We heard our boy Savvy yesterday put it in layman's terms. That's what they did, Smitty. But that's all they did. 100 of those encounters.
I told you that was my read, that she's into that. He's into like bossing them around and being in control. She likes to be on that. And then at some point, she was like, "Oh man, this could be a money grab for me." She's an OnlyFans chick, whatever, young, and she started, planning her attack, so to speak. And
are you surprised? Are you surprised? Sorry, are you surprised that ESPN didn't fire him? Since we've seen other guys like Paul Pierce who did, to me, just at a party chilling. He was let go at ESPN. I've seen worse. I'm surprised how he didn't get let go or was told to let. Obviously, this is a get ahead of it type of scenario, right? With his marketing team and lawyers. Let's step away before they do fire me, and it's more bad black eye on my name. Because I'm pretty sure they probably were going to let him go, right? I don't know.
Yeah, you would think so. It's just as early too, though. So they probably just want to wait to see how things play out before you just fire somebody. You don't want to get in the world of just firing somebody every time they get accused. And he got accused, fire him. You feel because that's a dangerous world to be in. So, we do live in a world where you're innocent until proven guilty. So I think, I'm not surprised. I think they kind of want to wait it out, see how things play out, and then make their decision. I do think it's smart for Shannon to step away. I also believe that when we say step away, he probably spoke with the higher ups and they probably asked him to do it. Honestly, it probably was them telling him to do it, but they, out of respect, they allowed him to kind of be the one that lead and kind of take that step, so to speak, to to make it seem like it was a decision he made. And they're going to wait and play and see how things play out. If things go in his favor, he'll be back around NFL season. If not, then yeah, I could see him getting let go. So like I said before, I just think he didn't make smart decisions with this move. He wasn't thinking through, and
he hasn't made
and it was clearly, if you listen to some of the calls and things that she's saying, that she was doing things to try to set him up, but he was so lost in whatever the fantasy thing that they had set up between them that, I think he just thought she was going with the flow. They were just flirting and they were going with the conversation. But really behind the scenes, she was just trying to set him up. So I think he did anything from an actual assault thing? If you ask my honest opinion, I'm going to be real with you. I don't think so. Obviously, I'm not in the room. So again, I understand you got to be sensitive with that, but that's just not what my gut said. My gut doesn't say that he did it. I just think it's a situation where he was not moving. He wasn't thinking clearly when he was making decisions. So that's where I'm at.
Getting laced by a 19, 20-year-old kid, though. Crazy work. But anyway, that's just crazy. Multiple allegations, though, man. At some point, we got to start saying, damn, homie. What you doing? I don't get it. It's going to be interesting here, man. It's going to be interesting because we know he's built an empire. Some of the most highest viewed shows he's got and had a good thing going, man. Entertaining shows.
Popping.
Yeah. Wonder if this is I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Hope he's okay. I got a lot of people who I rock with and stuff who work for his team and stuff. So I just, I hope everything's smooth. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, no doubt. It's gonna be an interesting day today.
People I work with vouch for him too. I never worked with him myself. I would see him a couple times if I got to work early when he used to be at Fox, but I never worked with him myself. But people who even still to this day who are at Fox who work with him and stuff like that, they're like, nah, he's good character, good person. I'm like, all right. I mean, I have no say in the fight. I don't know him personally, so I don't know. But people who I am cool with have vouched for him. So we'll see.
Smitty, let's go through this real quick. Number 33 is Cleveland Browns right out the gate today. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Who you expect in Cleveland? Their needs are QB, running back, tackle, linebacker, and wide receiver. If you got one pick right here, and mind you, they have another pick 2 picks later. What do you like out of that on the first pick of the second round here at 7 p.m. Eastern?
Man, I thought they need so much.
You're a betting man.
You said, well, I'm a betting man. I'll probably go. I'll probably go receiver.
Really?
I'm gonna go receiver. Yep. They need some weapons. They need some weapons out there. I know people are thinking, well, who's gonna throw them the ball? I don't know, but they need some weapons. I just don't. Shedeur in Cleveland just don't. I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. I know it sounds like I don't have an actual analytical answer behind it. It just Shedeur doesn't make sense in that market to me. I feel like Dion would step in like he said he would, if it was Cleveland. That don't even make sense to me, honestly. So that's why I'm saying that. And then Jalen Milroe getting drafted that high, I don't think that makes sense. So because of the lack of quarterback,
remember they did have Jalen Milroe. A lot of people had him as a first round grade months ago. Jalen Milroe. So
I didn't.
I never have. But Houston Texans at 34 in a trade from the Giants move up to 34. They need O-tackle. They need inside and outside backers. They need D-line and wideout. I wouldn't be shocked here if they take a wideout, another sexy wideout to go with CJ and a ailing Tank Dell who's in recovery mode to go along with Nico Collins. Where are you at with?
I think they go O-line. I think they want to protect their asset, their best player, their leader of the team, is CJ. I think they go, next best. Whoever's and I don't have the list of like the best player. Whoever's next best. I think they go that route.
All right, Bailey, hop in here, Bailey. 35, pick 35. Tennessee Titans need an edge rusher. They need a wideout, a linebacker, a tight end, and a D-line. They need everything. Bailey, where is your fucking team at? Who they got? Who they taking at 35?
Tough to say. I think they need a receiver to go Cam Ward, but I don't know if they go receiver this early in the draft. I think the Titans.
They did just sign. Who they signed?
They signed your guy from Seattle.
Lockett, legend.
Lockett.
But I don't know. I think they ultimately needed like a bigger target on the outside. Luther Burden could be a good pick for Tennessee if they elect to go receiver here. They got a Conco, the tight end, who's a hell of a player for Cam Ward. Running back, you got Pollard and Tajay Spears, so they're going to go running back. Defensive line, you compare somebody up with Jeffrey Simmons. If you're looking at who's best available, Mike Green, they just got rid of Harold Landry. A lot of people are saying that Abdul Carter could go to Tennessee. Mike Green, I think, is definitely somebody to watch for Tennessee.
Good take. Cleveland Brown at 36, Smitty, in another trade from Jacksonville to get that second pick in the third pick overall, second in the second round. Again, if you say they go wide out in round 2 to start, three picks prior, where do they go with this pick? Again, needing quarterback, running back, O-tackle, linebacker, and wideout. In these first 2 picks, are they taking a quarterback?
I know it sounds crazy. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. They need so much that I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. If I had, again, betting man, is Chubb hurt? Is he healthy? Do they really need a running back?
Free agent. Chubb's a free agent from everything I see. Am I wrong? Free agent, is he not? I'm looking at it.
Chubb, I don't think Chubb's a free agent. I just think he's hurt. If he's a free agent, then they could go running back. But I think with if you look at Cleveland, I think they could really use somebody to go opposite of Denzel Ward. So I'd look at Will Johnson.
Everything I'm reading, he says he's a free agent. So I don't know.
You're probably right. No, I didn't look
Chubb is a free agent. Then look at him to go running back.
I like Quinshon Judkins, Ohio State.
Yeah, you got Judkins,
backyard kid,
Travion Henderson.
Travion, another Ohio State guy.
What are the chances Cleveland goes Milroe?
And that's what JB started. I just don't see it. I don't know.
Here's the thing about it.
Cleveland Browns move.
Here's the thing about it. Are you going to go from Flacco and let's say, knock on wood, but he's older and who knows, he's a sitting duck out there. He's not running around. Do you need a guy to come in there and do Justin Fields type of shit? Instead of using a wildcat scenario, you got a wildcat guy and can actually still throw again. He's a quarterback. I don't think he's a great passer, but
you're saying like Pete Flacco is like almost like a 2 quarterback system, basically.
Well, just in case something happens, you got a guy because you still have the problem is you still have fucking Deshaun Watson looming over your organization. So I don't know if you can waste a lot of money on this.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the Browns are weird. It's an interesting position to be in. Like, I just don't, I feel like they're going to just invest heavily on defense, heavily on like all the other possessions and try to let that be the lead of the team and what helps them win. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This is a good point right here. What's up with your boy Scatterbo? I know you put on like a big bet yesterday, JB, took a little bit of a risk, but where did Scatterbo end up?
I think he's way later in the.
So you were going first round, or
that was my money. Yeah, that was my money. I just bet that money. It's a cheap bet for a big payout. Never thought it would happen. Here's the thing.
Just wasting your money.
Here's the thing. I don't know if the Browns take a QB or not, but man, oh man, it's going to be interesting because you got to. Here's the 2 things. Double-edged sword is what I was bringing up a minute ago. Do you go dramatically from Flacco to Milroe? meaning we're not going to run the same system. We just saw that really with Jameis Winston and Deshaun Watson. Like, Jameis came in and they started spreading the field out and started throwing the ball deep for some reason Deshaun couldn't do. So, like, now you're going to go from Flacco, who's going to be running offense, to Jalen Milrose, who's going to be running a package. So, like, I don't know if you can go to that. If you go Shedeur, he's more similar and closer to Flacco.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, like
more
athletic. You want your backup
Flacco.
and your starter to be whoever, to be similar. So if someone does go down, it's not a whole new system. You know what I'm saying? But shit, you saw what my coach did. We had fucking AR5 and then Flacco, and so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. These teams, man. Sometimes I don't know if they give full thought into the decisions they make, especially if the Cleveland Browns. We've seen their history and decisions they've made. So that's why it's so hard.
Last thing before we move on, the Raiders also, as far as their second round needs that I'm reading, don't have QB intended. They have wideout, cornerback, safety, D line. I'm leaning towards wide out here for the Raiders. It's like almost a must.
They have to get a wide out. Look at their depth chart. Like
that's why I'm not buying the quarterback spot. I'm not buying Shedeur or anybody else going to the Raiders right now. They got to go wide out.
I think the Raiders could also use secondary here, Coach. Obviously, release your guy Jack. I said on your draft show yesterday, Will Johnson and the Raiders. I still could see it. What are they? Pick 5 in the second round. Look for Pete to go defense here. I just think there's a lot of defensive guys that Pete Carroll ain't going to pass up here. That's why I don't think they will go quarterback.
I think we start to see trades for veterans at this stage of the second round, though. I wouldn't be shocked if Pete Carroll's trying to shop Mayer and move Mayer for some sort of capital and draft capital and assets, and then go get a long corner out there. Don't be shocked if he goes after a Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, yeah, Jalen Ramsey is on the market for sure. I feel you on that. I wouldn't be shocked on that either. But to your point, though, they got, what is it, Ramel Keaton, Trey Tucker, Jacoby Myers at receiver. Like, these are the receivers. Like, I know Pete is a DB defensive guy, but
what I'm saying
somebody
is
to the ball too.
Miami, though, you get rid of Mayer for Jalen, you still draft corner. I mean, you still draft wide out.
Right out, yeah.
So
I like that.
That's what I'm saying the Raiders do. Like, Pete Carroll's going to do something that's going to be like, fuck, he got 3 for 1. Like, I'm telling you, he's going to do something here. So
why don't you just call him and find out?
Yeah, he's not going to answer that call right now during the draft.
You don't like
yeah, so WPS. Speaking of WPS, we got some WPS
stuff, don't we? Let's check it out. The end of the show the right way.
WPS, let's go.
I hope it's good.
She want to know if she look like Beyonce. Does she look like Beyonce?
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. No, not Beyonce. Who? Serena Williams? No, that's damn, not Serena Williams. I got one question. No. You just unique. Maybe you should call yourself unique. Oh, really? Yeah, careful what I said on that one. God damn, that nigga. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left.
Did he call her Russell Westbrook, homie?
I don't know who that is. Homie. Is that even a girl?
I don't believe so.
That's the biggest thing.
But she said she looks like Beyonce.
I don't know who said that.
Did you?
Come on now. I would never disrespect Beyonce like that.
Does she look like Russell Westbrook to you?
No. I don't know what she looks
like. To the left. To the left, to the left.
Do you see the cat, homie?
He look like somebody in the chat. Like, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who he look like in the chat, homie.
D. Jones.
Is it D? That's what my head want to say. It's crazy how our brain just connected. I think
he black. He the only black cat we know that we haven't seen.
No, D. Jones called in once before. Literally once.
I don't remember D. Jones calling.
I've never seen D. Jones once before.
I've never seen D. Jones, homie.
Yes, you have, homie. It was real quick.
I've never seen D Jones.
D Jones, tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't you call in one time before, like a long time ago?
No, D Jones has the what do you call it? Pitcher, homie.
I know. I'm saying Trevor. He got Trevor Lawrence on there. I'm pretty sure D Jones called in one time a long time ago. I could be wrong, but yeah, this video is crazy. Take it off. Hello?
I don't have financial recovery services. Stop calling me, you fucking bottom feeders. Fuck.
Is that a prank call, homie?
Scam? Huh?
Was that a scammer?
Nah, some bitch sent me titties. We got a loaded lineup next week, Monday, Merciless Monday, loaded show all week long again. Shout out to all the guests we've had. Smitty was jokingly fucking around. Who we got on next week? LeBron. Shout out to everybody, man. A lot of you youngsters don't know some of the OGs we've had in here. Kenny King's one of my new favorites too, by the way.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Shout out to his story yesterday, and then he stuck around and to cuss out one of the nobodies in the chat. Who is it illegal? Let me ask you this: is it illegal to take $200,000 and then leave and not play it down?
Nope.
Oh, but it's illegal to take it then, but now it's legal. So let me ask you this: is it legal to take $200,000 from Arkansas and leave without playing it down?
Yep. Right
Since
now it is.
Since you're so fucking high and mighty about all that shit yesterday, fucking nobody's in the chat. It's unbelievable.
Shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. We had over 3,000 today, man. In the chat.
Shout out to Breaking News. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas, his son. He's out of the coma.
Thank God. God is so good, man. God is real. God is good. I hope that y'all have an honorable weekend. You be safe. You be smart. Put your seatbelt on. If you drink, don't drive, man. Hood. Make sure you get a driver. Call an Uber. Hood. It is right here might be the coldest JB picture in a long time. When he froze up, it's almost like he planned this, homie. He had the finger wrapped around the guard, looking serious. This should be like a meme that we start using this on Twitter. Everybody in here, screenshot this. I want you to tag the Coach JB show, tag myself as well, and come up with your best memes of this over the weekend. And then Monday, myself, Bailey, will have them kind of collect some of the best ones, and we'll use it on the show Monday, man. Do it right now. You got 5 seconds to take a screenshot right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the fucking picture off, man. We're done. If you didn't get it, then you didn't get it. You missed your opportunity.
Send that to the hoes for me. Paris, cut that and send it to all the hoes.
There was no women in here though today.
Huh?
Well, Lucy was in here, but Lucy always here. Like Lucy can be sick. Lucy can be wherever.
All the women's are in here.
All the women's?
Yeah, all the women's is in here. You got Jazzy, you got Chris, you got fucking Lucy. What do you mean? Are you disregarding all the females on me?
Where's Amanda at?
Amanda, I don't know. Where's Cara?
Yeah, where's Cara at?
Where's the new Cara? I mean, I wanted to see her today.
You was trying to holler at her after she told you what happened about her man, and you said the wrong thing, and she didn't like that.
She actually said thanks for the support.
No, that was before. That was when I gave the long soliloquy that I gave, and then you came back and was saying some weird stuff, and she didn't like that, homie. Homie, she didn't like that. God in heaven, she didn't like that.
Let me ask you something real quick. Hell yeah, hell nah.
This is it. We did that 2 years, homie. That's on you and you as a producer, you and Bailey. That's
I'm not producer.
It's 9 o'clock. I got 2 more minutes before you. I'm gonna just jump off. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna jump off.
Hell yeah, hell nah. Shedeur Sanders gets through the second round without being selected.
Hell no. Raiders.
Nah, we already said that's not happening. Man, I said, shit, I can see him sliding with Will Levis, the only second round quarterback to be taken in the last 4 years. I'm going to go, hell yeah, he goes through the second round without being selected. Fuck it, why not? I'm already a hater. I'm already the hater. I wouldn't love it, but I really don't give a fuck either.
You're speaking death upon his life.
Huh?
You're speaking death upon his life, homie.
No. Hell yeah, hell no, Smitty. Your Colts draft a QB in the second round.
Second round? Hell no, we're not going QB. We're probably going to go backer, outside backer. We lost EJ Speed. We need a little help in that area. We're going to get a backer. Hell no. Yes, sir?
Eric Weddle said you don't take linebackers early in the second round. You definitely don't take them in the first round. Unless they're a Kuechly, a Ray Lewis, a generational Hall of Famer. Eric Weddle said absolutely you do not
We'll
take
probably go O-line then. We're not going QB.
Motherfucker heard the information and then he just went, probably will go O-line.
That's how I am. Hey, see, I'm not a guy who's so prideful and egotistical where I'm going to try to outsmart fucking Eric Weddle, a potential future Hall of Famer, a guy who balled out, a high-level Super Bowl winner. If he said that's what it is, then that's what it is. So I'm like, all right, I get new information. I change my answer. See, people in the chat, y'all, a lot of y'all not smart. So y'all respond, oh, Smitty, don't try to backtrack now. Ain't about backtrack. You get new information. As a smart human being, you should take that new information, let it process, and then get a new answer. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll probably go O-line.
Let's end it with this because I don't know what it is.
I'm arguing. Tennessee Titans are going with Cam Ward.
The Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward.
Patriots, they're going with Will Campbell.
The New England Patriots select Will Campbell.
Duval. The Jaguars and Travis Hunter.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter.
Number 6, the Raiders, Ashton Genty.
The Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Genty.
I'm a bad boy. I thought you in the show. I'm a bad boy. Enjoy your weekend, man. If you want to know all things about the draft, hit up your boy Big Smitty because I know what I'm doing. All y'all thought, y'all come on here and say, I don't know nothing about nothing. You saw the video. I got nothing else to say. I'm going to give me some chilaquiles. I'm going to give me some tacos, some quesadillas, some burrito, and we're going to have a great weekend. In the show, Jason, it's your last comment right here. Go ahead.
Can we show your Shedeur take?
The fans have spoken, homie. They showed you what they wanted to see. Shout out to the chat, man. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Cheer Chris. Thank you for all my fans. Thank you for Christian. Thank you for Celia the Boss. Thank you for all them. They call me Smitty Kuiper. They call me Darnell Kuiper. Shout out to all them. And thank you, D. Jones. Thank you, D. Jones, my brother.
Hey.
My brother. Now, that's some hating shit, Jason. That what you just did is some hating shit. That's hating 101.
Hey, what's up, boy's name that makes those? Trucker Virginia?
Kevin Trucker. That's my homie. Shout out to Kev.
He a brother.
Nah, he ain't.
Yeah,
he a trucker. He's a trucker.
He's black. There's black truckers, homie.
They are, but he's Kev the trucker. Come on, homie. Stop.
Yes.
Stop. But shout out to Kev. It don't matter if you white, black, Asian, or blue. You my brother, and it's all love, homie. I don't care about race on this show, homie. That's how you do it. I'm always right. I love it. That made my weekend, Kev. Appreciate you, Kev. I'm done.
I hate Kevin the Trucker. We'll see you guys Monday, man. It'll be back in fire as well. We'll get you an update on the guests, Shaun Waffle, and you guys.
I'm about to repost that.
We'll let you know in the Discord once we find out. We have a lot of guests joining us.
Shaun Waffle, my biggest hater, by the way. You a hater, Shaun.
He not really. He actually gives you
credit.
credit.
All right, fuck that. He my biggest hater. I know you. That's your boy. That's my hater. Fuck that. He my biggest hater. He come on the show every day hating on me.
Not hate.
He's a hater.
He's a
hater.
truth.
Ain't the truth. He ain't the truth on me.
But D. Jones is a truth teller.
Nah, that's a truth teller right there. Kevin the Trucker, truth teller. G Wizzy, truth teller.
DMV, truth teller. Eddie Manyweather, truth teller.
Truth teller. That might be a new segment. Truth teller or what? What's the other option?
Hut hut. We'll see you Monday.
Peace.
Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking.